Slavish, slavish. We've all felt a little bit slavish. If you haven't felt slavish once in your life, you might want to check out the slavish credentials of your wife. Slavish, sing along. Slavish. We've all felt a little bit slavish in your life, and if you want your reparations and you want them twice, feel a bit slavish and feel it nice. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you why I'm late, right? I'll tell you why I'm late. Now, is this an excuse? Yeah, it is. Sometimes you need to excuse yourself. Is it a valid excuse? What would that even mean? Let's get a bit more light on the subject. I think it's unfair to be blessed with such sensual genetics and not, and not show them off to their fullest. Yeah. Just a bit of centralization required there. Right, now, as I was saying yesterday, there's no fucking look. Does that look like someone who dyes their beard? I dye it, but I do a little white bit there, and I do a little white bit on that side as well. Silly boys. Hi, Bodanga. Nice to see you. Now, I haven't even got to the excuse, but here's why. This is actually a clip stream. Oh, is Cro-Magnon on the phone? Hello, Jeffro. Nice to see thee. It is very, you know what? It is very important to forgive yourself. You're right. It's important to forgive other people as well. Forgiveness is just just takes a weight off you. Yes, you were an arsehole and you damaged me. If I don't forgive you, I'm going to carry that damage around with me. Why does it do that? Look. I won't do it now. There. Why does it do that? Is that some kind of weird automatic color correction? As opposed to manual color correction. What? Thank you on the same page. You've opened up the grift with a squid. Machano Capara Shitatu. I will give you a Vart because it's only fair. And for the first one, it sounds like this. Lovely. Let's change it up a bit, actually. We've had that one for a while. Don't worry, on the same page. I'll give you another one. Let's move it to the sawtooth pattern. Let's turn the frequency up a bit. Let's turn the duration down a bit and try this. Not so good. Let's try this. I think we've got something vile there. That's today's grift. I think if someone could explain, or thank you on the same page, if someone could suggest, it's not a VAR, is it? It's just, there's some slight changes there. Why am I orange? Am I orange to you, or is that my nightlight? Let me turn my nightlight off. I want to turn my nightlight off. I want to do it now. My nightlight off. Wow. Let's try it. Oh, gosh. So is that what you're seeing? Nah. Maybe I'll just turn my nightlight down a little bit. There you go. It's all about moderation. We are the moderation. We are the moderation. We are moderation. Right. So this is actually a clip stream, and it's not a little clip stream. It's a ultra mega clip stream. And what I did was, as I'm prone to, after doing a day's work, it's all right. It's all right. No, it's all right. I didn't mind doing two people's job because there's people on holiday. No, it's all right. And then immediately transitioning. There'll be people still working who knew that I was working just an hour ago. And I thought what I'll do, as I'm prone to, is I'll put all the clips onto OBS. Basically, I say that so it sounds like I'm using software and technology. All it means is I'm downloading the videos from YouTube so that I don't have to rely on YouTube. I can just click a little file. but it obviously... Hello, Ludwig, but it obviously works. Hey! Has anyone got a name for that yet? Because that is not a VAR. Hello, Brian. Clip lover. Me and you brothers, but not the same mother. You got a song without a donation, but you do donate, so no problemato. I am live, young William, the niggler. Anglo, bonjour, oui, merci, bien dans la jardin. Thank you, Anglo, Caprash Kanatu, appreciate. Mrs. Picard, I got your photo. That's not Mrs. Picard on today's thumbnail. That is just indulgence on today's thumbnail. Not that Mrs. Picard isn't indulgence, of course. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. But let's just take a second to just enjoy today's thumbnail as it should be enjoyed. With the attitude, the cultural attitude with which it was donated. There you go. Vite! It's Vite. No, it's Kiev, isn't it? It's Kiev. It's Kiev. Are you allowed to say Kiev? There you go. Stop looking at my eyes. Stop staring into my eyes. No one has looked at me. No one has looked at me. And all I want to say about that is, it needs saying, a fine bosom. You know, as I get older, I said this, I broached this, I breached this. I never know what one it is, maybe both. This the other day, but you know, you refine your interests as you go. Vite! What's Vite? Vitiligo. I need some help with this one because I'm obviously not hitting it. If anyone can tell me what that noise sounds like. We will return to Varts. I mean, it's, you know, it's scrub law, Varts, but a little weekend change. But honestly, you're going to enjoy this stream so much. Nice one for that, Anglo. Kaprash Kanatu. On the same page. It's like he dropped the squid in just to test the water. Maybe baby, baby, old songs, Buddy Holly. That's well out there as a comment, man. Did I ask a question associated with that? Maybe I did. Mate, am I lost? Hello? You know what's interesting though? That Jason Pierce, who is spiritualized, he said the most psychedelic song ever was Buddy Holly's, I think it was Fade Away. If Lindsay's watching, he'll know. Yeah, I think it was certainly a Buddy Holly song. Who can tell? Thank you on the same page. You might have to give me a little bit of some tips on what you mean. Nice one on the same page. Billy Blogs. So you fucked it all up again. That's what you're about to tell us. Yeah, I'm on that. It's a pant ripper. Yeah, but I need a. Oh God, this isn't good with the world. Lucky this is a clip stream because I haven't got the words. I need an onomatopoeia. For today's Vart noise. I need to know how to say that. It's just, you know, it is a pant ripper, but Marzipan suggesting it's a pop. No, I'm not feeling a pop with that. I appreciate the suggestion in, but Glenn's gone for a teat. I don't know. I think I might just have to go with what comes when I get a donation. Nice one. Picard suggested me. It is a bit. I think you're closest, actually, mate. Me. Okay. Steve, the boy Cray. Hi, my friend. It's more bid than pop. I think it's more me than bead. I think it's a bit of bead and a bit of me. It's a bit B. Anyway, that's 11 minutes. Cheers, Packer. Right, Mr. Verst, call in shower. I thought you were going to say, I thought that said showers. Listen, if the grift goes well, I'll keep going forever. So what we'll do, I mean, I'm not joking when this is why I'm late. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 clips for you. 20. Now, don't forget, I'm going to spoil them with a load of old chat as well. So even if they're 2 minutes each, that's 40 minutes of clippage. And I know for a fact that some of them are 3 minutes each. So that's all in an hour said. Thank you, Mr. Verst. Yeah, I might do a bit of calling towards the end. I'll see how I'm, see if I've got any energy left, because it is Friday and I might go out for a gin and tonic because Linda gets a bit of a panic on, my darling. And I think it's quite a sensual panic. I feel there's a little part of her and quite a big part of me wishes it was a pair of us having a gin and tonic on a steamboat going down the Mississippi. Thank you, Hans. That's appreciated. Joshua says, I've never appreciated blondes. Yeah, but hang on. See, we had this the other day, Josh. This idea about having types and that, right? Right? Okay. So some people think they have types. And I think everyone has got what they think is their type, but that will be continually challenged and changed throughout your life. I guarantee it. But if you're seriously telling me, right, that you don't appreciate that lady, no. So she pops into your room tonight and says, just make yourself happy. That's all I want for you. Just use me for your happiness and pleasure. You're going to say, never appreciated blondes. Can you go away, please? I've got a book to read. Be honest, Joshua. I want to know how far exactly, how far never means and appreciate means in this context. And maybe you're 100%. Maybe you would say, nah, never appreciated blondes. My guess is that you'll jump on top of her and let those hormones just do their trick. But, maybe I'm wrong. Look at Billy. Look, he's causing problems already. Huge mammaries, golden sugar-coated mammaries. Just cover them in honey. Hello, Mouse Cat. Lumi said the Kiev sets off his dog. Lumi, I've got a video advert of one of your publications on today's stream. I thought you might like to know. Hello, Elliot. Good to see you. Dub Power, John, Charlie Sparkles, Anglo. Said hello, Anglo. Rags. Got something funny for you as well. I mean, the news is yours to share, but you'll understand. You'll understand when I show it to you. And thanks for the clips as well. Rags sent me a lot. Lumi says, omatophore. You'll have to tell me what omatophore is. Don't know that one as well at all. I suggested an onomatopoeia, but is an omatophore something? I imagine it's something quite similar. What's the name suggesting? Bit. Hello, Nick. Mayor. Hello, Andrew. Clark. Right, I will get that. Meep. I think Meep's very nice here. Hello, Willow. Right, I will say hello to all of you. Thank you, Ozmeister. Prick. Right, we've got some really good. This is a weekend. Why am I halfway down the stream without a paddle? Why do I keep changing colour? Right, honestly, this is really entertaining. We've got some real fun stuff, not a lot of heavy stuff, a couple of things that we'd rather them not be happening, but it's mainly I've dredged the internet. I've been sent a few of these, of course, for cultural surplus, essentially. Stuff that's, surplus to requirements in our cultural melee. And I thought, when you take them things out of context and look at them as a cynical group, oh, how we laugh. Joshua likes black-haired white girls, preferably. Okay, but have you answered my question? Let's see. Let's see if he's actually answered my question. No, he hasn't answered my question. Hello, Ludwig. Hello, Special K on acid. Lurking while working. Sometimes that's the way it will be. Lurking while working. Jessica. Lurking while working. Sometimes that's the way it will be. Martin. Good to see thee. Charlie Sparkles. I can't believe I'm wasting this time with the amount of clips I've got to show you. I think my computer's going to run out of petrol by the end of this show. I can tell you the way things are going already. I've got the Scrubs Golden Book of Knowledge, so points are available on tonight's show. I don't like that. That's a white balance issue, isn't it? Oh, steady, stop grooming Nazis. No way. Josh says, no, thank you. She's pretty, but I'm not having it. Right. One in the chat if you think Joshua has either got no operative libido whatsoever, or he's lying. I mean, Joshua Kavanagh is saying outright to the world that he doesn't have a sensual with that lady. One in the chat if you think there's something going on. Maybe he's sensual. Look at the ones. Look at every other geezer. I mean, Joshua, what is it? You play for the other team, or you don't like sensuality? I just don't believe it. Josh, I'm not accusing you of lying. I just can't comprehend that. Because if there was £10 million there, and that bird we just looked at there, fuck the money. Literally no. I'll take the lady. Because I like that sort of thing. I like sexy ladies. Right, anyway, they're not though, SUBSTACK. They're not. Oh, she looks fake. Well, because she's been photo enhanced. That's what they do on the internet. If you look at normal photos of people, you're going to struggle to find. That's not really the internet, is it? Wait, hey, caught me out like a troopoid. On the same page, can we have a 14 in the chat if you can count to one? Yeah, plenty of people do 14s around here. No problem. Nice one on the same page. Jethro Head, thank you for that donation, and the previous one's very kind. Jethro says the breasts are too big, but I'd still go for it. Yeah, but if you'd still go for it, they're not too big. Do you see the point? Do you see? That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I would always have told you I've got a type. But when I was thinking just a couple of nights, well, it was last night. I was working on my novel till 6 o'clock this morning, which was horrible. I don't like it. It's fucking brilliant, though. It's so good. I like it. I don't know how well it's going to go. I know a lot of people have enjoyed my Substacks, but I don't know how you'll find. Imagine 300-400 of those Substacks all next to each other with a bit of a thread that connects them all, but not much else. There's not a lot of a journey. And there's some really odd bits that, like I told you, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star made it into it. There's some other nursery rhymes and things. It's a very, very peculiar. No chapters. It's just a block of text. Just a block of text. There's a couple of paragraph breaks, but literally 10 in 140,000 words. There's about 10 paragraph breaks that seem to need it after 100,000 words. And breathe. So we'll see. But I was thinking, because there's a big section about memories of past sensual moments, and I was trying to work out, is it just a big blur of hormonal activity? Or are there moments that stand out as being just divine? And there are moments, and there are women who stand out as being divine, and particular sessions. And when I sort of considered those particular sessions and the divinity of each moment, there was no type there. Far from it. Diversity is essential. There was no type there. And even the activity, even the action, it wasn't similar. Well, there isn't something joining them all. Well, apart from me and my balls. So I don't know about this type thing. I think our type is maybe an object ideal, but I don't know how that functions. How does that function? That's a bit like having favourite food. How does having favourite food actually function in your life? Because there'll be times when you want other food. There'll be times when you need other food. There'll be times when other food is all that's available. So having a favourite food, it's just immature. It's immature. It's an immature thing, because it's just like, what, all the time? Or that's what you'd always choose given the option. Maybe no. And also you haven't tried all the foods. And it's like that with sensual partners, whether they be male, female, gender non-binary or whatever, homemade penis or whatever. I think you limit yourself. And it's arrogant as well. You can't have a type because you're a bloke and you're ugly. Because blokes are ugly. Blokes have ball sacks that look like chickens' necks. Okay, where are we? SUBSTACK likes natural looking nice skin. Have you got natural looking nice skin? Yeah, okay. That's tricky to find that's very tricky to find in a world of digital representation, though, isn't it? And even when you do get that, I think you'll be surprised at how much work has gone into making it look like natural skin, because there's lights and all sorts. As soon as you've taken a photograph, you've moved away from natural, haven't you? As soon as it's two-dimensional, it's not natural anymore. So, Packers thanking MG for something I missed, but I will scoop back, and I can't be missing that kind of thing. Hello, Doc Shelley. Good to see you. October's on the firm as well. Lovely. Hello, Isaac. A pleasure. Ben Holmes. Right, okay, let's get on with some of these clips or we're going to be here forever. So here's what happened. So I tried to... TG! I know, it doesn't make sense, does it? I'm not buying it. I'd be quite interested. All these birds I've put on these thumbnails, and I've people in the scrubs have gone, nah, not my type. Nah, don't like this. Don't like that. Don't like that. Wittgenstein. I'd be interested to see the last 3 people they've slept with and then compare them to the women on the thumbnails and go, oh, no, you wouldn't know. Picard, my type is pretty and breathing. Oh, there's some nice boys in Soho. You forgot to make that distinction. Nice one, Picard. Nice one. The Appreciate Cookie. I got your missus photo. That'll be for tomorrow. Vlittentat Blatente. Wittgenstein, that's what the new one is. It's not Beep or Bart, or it's Wittgenstein. He had aeroplane wallpaper. Was that Wittgenstein? I've been here before, haven't I? Skin and Tonics on the firm. Liam's here. Eunice is here. Joshua doesn't want me to waste time on him and his tastes. Mad Lizzie drops an air and send a boom. Can you give us a shout out? Of course. I'm poorly. Went to see Mr. Bublé at Cardiff Castle and caught a cold in the middle of summer, and now I have pleurisy. Pleurisy? Lizzie, but it was only a couple of days ago your fine rump was arousing the world on a thumbnail. Let's have a look at pleurisy. Pleurisy is a condition in which the pleura, two large, thin layers of tissue that separate your lungs from your chest wall, become inflamed. Oh my days. Well, Lizzie, here's your shout out. Darling, I don't know what to suggest. Just rest up. Can't you get some morphine off the doc? Don't do that. Don't do that. I suppose it's just a question of times of sitting it out. I don't know anything about it. I do hope you're all right, though. There's your shout out. Mad Lizzie gets, if I remember rightly, 10. Oh, I already gave them to you, didn't I? I'll give you 5 points for having pleurisy. No one else can get illness points, though. Mad Lizzie up to 20. Jess is still way ahead with big 4-0. Okay, thank you, Lizzie. Machano Capriccaduti. Let's save that. Bosh. Right, if I haven't said hello to you. Hello, Linda, darling. How are you? Talking to Mad Lizzie there. Hello, Andrew. Andrew, it would turn out, had a bit of pleurisy. 2 days later, antibiotics, fine. There you go. And plenty of people, such as our man Rags, Mouse Cat's telling you about tryptamine. Eat turkey. Turkey? There you go. Plenty of love in the chat for you. Right. We can get a prayer, or if you don't pray, you can send nice thoughts to our friend Good John. Go on, John Francis. I hope you're all right, mate. I hope you're all right. Andrew got Wittgenstein. Andrew's got the coof. I had a mate who's got the coof. Hang on, I spoke to 2 people. I spoke to 3 people, all English, who've got the coof. No, well, they're all English, but one's in Ireland, one's in Germany, and one's in England, and they've all got the coof. How strange. No one's had it for months. I wonder why this is happening all of a sudden. Seems a little bit... I mean, I know it's a small sample group. I know it doesn't... it's not. I've got to get those breasts off the screen. They're causing me to... blood flow from the head. Right, I've really got loads and loads and loads of clips. Rag says, Chris, do I not get points for being a Cybertron Chris, part man, part machine? Chris, do I not get points for being a Cybertron Chris, part man, part machine? Nope. No. See, this is the problem. People starting going to be making demands. But if you've told the story, I'll explain it later because I've got something that you might appreciate. Hello, Nate Spurs. Good to see you. Oh, loads of people are getting it, are they? How interesting. Okay, nice to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Oh, that's awful. I hope you're not on the snouts. Wittgenstein. I hope you're not smoking, Liz. And if you are, just try not to for a few days, because that can't be helping you. Ludwig nails it. Oh, actually, I'll keep saying talking about Wittgenstein, there's Ludwig. Ramp up the cycle threshold on the PCR test and everyone's a winner. There you go. I heard about that as well. Alan! Hello, mate. Thank you for Mandom. Yes, thank you. It's always great to hear it, though. I don't want to thrash it because it's got that nostalgia vibe about it, hasn't it? But no, it's a good suggestion, man. Nice one, Alan. A Prasha Kanatu. I hope you've got a couple of days off over the weekend, or you've had a couple of days off. And if I just scroll down a little bit further, there'll be that. It's like magic. Okay. Elliot wants to know if there's any one in the chat if you're a pure blood. Well, I'll drop my one in. Oh, check this out. So remember I got that company asked me if I wanted to shill their plastic anus and vagina. If you don't know, people, a company sent me an email, and it's literally just from the belly button to the top of the thighs, lump of plastic with a vagina and an anus, and they sent me a link to a video with someone just digging their fingers in it. Now, they were offering to pay me, and all I had to do at the beginning of my video was go, hey, and by the way, this show is sponsored by Body Bit. Here's a bit of body. You can put knickers on it, a bit of perfume. Hello, darling. And then you can fuck it. And if I was living in England, I would have 100% done it. It would have been wonderful to be sponsored by a grotesque, dismembered body part for fucking. The potential for fun, the different ways I could advertise that. Imagine the stream starting and me sitting here going, hi, feeling lonely? Well, there's no need. And then stand up, stark bollock naked, but with this thing on my penis. But you wouldn't be able to see it because it would be in. I was about to say her, but that's not nice, is it? It would be in it. And then, next stream, a different angle. I could sit here with a glass of wine, a drink, my dear, and then turn the camera around to my arse girlfriend on the seat there with a glass of wine, sellotape to it. Oh, the jockles would be endless. But, of course, trying to get that through the post to Cambodia, you can't buy porn out here. I'd get a knock on the door from the old Bill. Why are you trying to import this into the country? I just thought it'd be funny to make jokes about me fucking it on my YouTube channel. Yeah, bye. Go back where you come from. They wouldn't be happy, which I quite like about this country. Well, today, I also got offered a company wanted to sponsor my channel, but I had to wear their glasses. It was a channel, speaking of which, these need a little clean. But I had to wear their grotesque glasses and change them every week or something. And I just thought, no. And they were really nasty glasses. I think they might have been wooden or something. Woden. They just weren't very nice. And for this is who I am. I chose these 100% authentic Ray-Ban glasses because I liked them. I don't want to wear their wooden glasses. Imagine in this heat getting sweaty around the ear and then one day them just sort of going, sorry, the wood's melted. Oh, now I've got nose grizzle on them. Anyway, so today I get a new email. All right there. Wittgenstein, I get a new email today and it says, all right there, we love your video. Oh yeah, sure. I'm sure you've watched plenty of them. Would you like to be sponsored by our company? And it's a gambling thing. Let me just dig it out. Actually, this is a risk. If I lose all my links, I'm just going to unplug the computer. But let me find it. Hang on. just so that I can show you. Hang on. I've got to go to all mail. Oh, I don't know where it is. No, trash. It'll be in the trash, won't it? Right, hang on. I do throw a lot of emails away. Let me just make sure I'm not sharing this with you. That would be awful. Excuse me. Right, let me try and find it. Yeah, I've got it. So I need to go to that YouTube channel to show you. Right, so here's the company that want to sponsor my channel. Now, because we've got a lot of people around here who've have not had, and may well have, or etc. I wouldn't promote gambling. I wouldn't promote gambling, right? So that's the company that wanted to sponsor my my channel, right? And here's the kicker, though. They say, hang on, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to do that. We have every confidence that you are suitable to promote our products. Dennis Menace is Skyping me while I'm busy, Dennis. And then it says, if you are interested in this sponsorship, give us your quotation, right? And we hope to achieve a long-term and stable sponsorship, right? So, this could be good. And then this is what it says. Listen to this. So I thought when they say name your price, I'm thinking, sweet, this could be, I could probably get a couple of £100 a month off them. I'd take it as well, because I could easily just, they wouldn't know, but I'd style it so that I would be telling you to go. Hang on, let me just tell him. I'm streaming. Stop messaging me, you bastard. There you go. 100% he's going to come back with one. Okay. Right. Oh, Jesus. Don't say sorry. Just stop doing it. And here's the kicker, though, right? We only need you to insert an oral introduction to our game and a video advert in your live stream, the length of which is 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So can you imagine watching a stream and then I go, I just want to introduce you to the sponsor of today's show, and then I've got to play it. So then they'll give me an account, they say, then I'll have to go there and they'll lie and I'll be winning. Oh, look. Hey, hang on. Look at these slots. Pick your favorite ice cream flavor. Wow. Banana. But yeah, it's a win. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is probably about 2,000-3,000 words. How the fuck are you meant to talk for 5 minutes about a bloody slots game on your phone? And the only way you could do it is by just going through all the options. Oh, you can do a cosplay one. Oh, you can do the Blood Duchess. Party time. Who will win? The Witch and the Magic Bottle. 5 fucking minutes. So I might write back to him and say $1,000 and just see whether they've got like interns who don't really know how it works, and they just sign it off and they just send me $1,000. And if they send me $1,000, you're going to have to watch that for 5 minutes. I don't think they will. Lovely to see so many PBs in the chart. I knew the scrolls wouldn't let me down. And I know that the majority of people who aren't PBs are people who had no choice. And I know you could say, yeah, everyone's got a choice. No, not if it means not feeding your family. You have to make sacrifices sometimes. Ozmeister, Lady Godiva, have you heard of a channel called Wilderness Cooking? It's incredible. The chef is from Azerbaijan. No talking or music. His techniques are incredible. Well, excuse me. Ozmeister, can you remind me another? I don't know that channel. Can you remind me another day? Because I've got 20 up here, and I don't want to risk fucking it up. So we'll have a look, but just not today because, like I say, I can't believe I've been talking for 40 minutes. This is going to be a long stream. Thank you, Ozmeister, for that 5-bit. Grotty Thumber says they don't open the post in Cambodia. They aren't even too bad about trying to collect import duty. No, they do open the post, absolutely, because I have to have it FedExed because I don't have an address. So I can't go and collect from the post office. And when I did go and collect from the post office, they opened all my mail because they wanted to know what all these things were. And I pretended they were things for putting a candle in and making the room smell nice. And I was thinking, please don't catch me out and lock me up. And when I get my stuff from FedEx, everything's opened. So they might not have done when you were here or whatever. But trust me, they do. They absolutely do. So, yeah, there you go. It's just not something I'm going to risk. Right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's not, it doesn't sit well with me. It really is gambling aimed at kids. Yeah, exactly that. It's awful, isn't it? You know, and they spend a lot of money making those things addictive. They make them, you know, especially lonely kids as well. And, you know, awful. Gambling is a mug's game, but like most things, it can be a bit of fun. I mean, I have had fun at the occasional casino. You're not there to win. You're there to just have a stupid night out and see if you can get away with it on LSD. There he is, the little bleeping bastard. Hello, Dennis. Good to see you, mate. You'll recognise a couple of clips from today. Yeah, but for a bag of sand, Nick, come on. It's a long time, isn't it, Josh? No, they want me to present it and they want me to play it and they want me to talk about it. Yeah, but I'll see if I can get. I'll probably accept a monkey, but I'd say not every day. I'll say once a week. And while we're at this, something I don't think I ever told you. Do you remember what were they called? Wittgenstein's beaten wall. Wittgenstein was a beatnik. What was that weird family that used to come here and they'd been abused or something and the husband went to prison for killing the abuser? I can't remember what they were called. It was something like Weird Science or Weird People. Do you remember he had 2 daughters and they both used avatars that weren't them, just hot birds they found on the internet? Someone done a reverse image lookup. Well, they got to the point, they were very generous. You know, it'd be like giving me 500 quid. Like, no, never that much, but like 50 quid and then another 20 on the same stream. And, you know, that was very kind of them. And Rollo, hello, Rollo. Black Pigeon Speaks does it. What, really long adverts? I mean, you can understand people have to earn a few quid, but it's a pure blood, Bill. It's a pure blood. But anyway, someone's going to remember who they were. Are you off the grid? No, I just don't have an address. I suppose I am. But I've done a deal with FedEx where they ring me up and I meet them in the street so they know where I am. On the same page, so on. Great house prices on the Thai and Laos border. Okay, nice. I have been looking at Laos, actually. Apparently, there's opium dens in Laos. Not that I'd be going anywhere near them for the whole holiday. Who was I telling the other week? And they said, oh, that sounds exciting. Nice one on the same page. I appreciate that. It means I don't have to advertise gambling to children. Thank you. Weirdos Unite, that's it. Right. And it got to the point where they were being, you know, we were all focused on a different subject and they'd just start saying things that had nothing to do with what we were talking about. And then they'd go, why aren't you answering me? And like really aggressive, why aren't you answering me? And I go, well, hang on, mate. I'll go, there's another one. And in those days, I'd have 250 people here, pre-diazepam gate. And they go, yeah, but I've given you 40 quid. And I just thought, no. I remember thinking, no, that's not what it's about. No. You don't get to make demands because you've donated. It was awkward. And I said that. I said, listen, if you want to donate, thank you. It's appreciated. But you don't buy privileges. Everyone here is equal. And Moslab, bless him, because it was getting a bit stupid. They were we're all beatniks at the end of the day. Every stream this geezer was giving a lot of money, but then sort of making demands and just being really angry and nasty to people. And Moslab, look at Moslab's character. And what I mean is, in terms of what he felt about this stream, not me necessarily, but the stream and what it does for people. He said to me, listen, I understand that you can't get shot of Weirdos Unite because it's a fair grift. He said, but I'll give you that money if you get rid of them. He said, I'll chuck it on your Patreon every month. He said, because they're making it a really hostile place. Amazing. And he did. I said to him, I don't want you to do that. I said, I'll just fuck them off. But he did. I think, I don't want to go into the details because I haven't asked him if I could discuss this. He might not want me to tell you. But I ended up scrapping Patreon a little while after that anyway. But what a nice thing to do. Do you know what I mean? Just because he didn't want them disturbing the community we've built here. I was just thinking about that yesterday. I miss him around here. He's like, he keeps an eye on me. But he's got 13, 14 other people to keep his eyes on, so understandable. Yeah, they absolutely were. Yeah, hello 42. Hello Meganesia. Right, let's get on with these. On the same page, where is Isan? Isan is northern Thailand on the Lao border. Not all of it. I mean, Isan's where all the working girls come from. You've got Udon Thani, Royet City, Konkan. Oh God, it's northern Thailand. It's not where tourists go, but the sort of southern part of the northern part of Thailand is on the Lao border. The Thai people, Isan people speak Lao as a first language. They can speak Thai, but they say Bo Pin Yang Do instead of Mai Pen Rai. It's good to learn. I learned how to speak Thai for 3 years until one day I tried it out off-piste, so to speak, and this bird said, "That ain't Thai, that's Lao." And then she went, "Did Sexy Massage Girl teach you this?" I said, yeah. She said, yeah, they all speak Lao. They don't speak Thai. But you've only got to learn a little bit of Lao. And then when you go into a massage shop or brothel, you speak a little bit. And they're all like, whoa, because that's one step up from knowing a bit of Thai. But they don't know how much Lao you know. So they don't play their little games, but trust me, they absolutely do. I've talked to working girls who are in a room and there's one next to them. They're both working on these blokes and the girls are talking to each other and like laughing and making jokes with the punter. But afterwards, the girls have told me that they were literally talking about the stench of the bloke's tiny penis and saying to the girl next door, "Go on, I'll give you half the money if you swap." And the girl going, "No, I don't want anything to do with it." And she says it smells like lobster. So Isan is northern Thailand. There you go. Nice one on the donation. Right, like I said, we're 50 minutes in and we have got some absolute cracking clippage. Let's start with this one. So, Now, Wittgenstein's anus. Chris, do prostitutes actually ever actually come? Yes, frequently. Now, people who don't know me very well, no one here. I'll tell you why. Because they're highly sexualized. If you're a full-time working girl, let's say in Thailand, you might be having, I mean, most Thai sex work is hand jobs and blow jobs because the blokes are too drunk, they're on holiday and they can't be bothered to. But let's assume you're having about 2 or 3 coitus sessions a day. That's quite a lot, you know, that's like nearly 30 a week. So your clitoris and your G-spot is all quite sensitive. And so it's not unusual for them to have orgasms. I mean, you know, it's not unusual for women who are being raped to have orgasms as well. It's a physical thing, more so than a mental thing, although there's obviously a psychological element there. But no, the Madame Hassan, who my book is largely about, although increasingly less about her, I talked to her about that, and she said that it's very frequent. Yeah, she said if a man has, a lot of men who see prostitutes want the prostitute to enjoy it, and as much as that might sound weird, you know, if you're half attractive and clean and a nice bloke, you know, if the girl's doing that sort of work anyway, there's no point her getting all shitty about it because she's doing that work anyway, and you know, you kind of want her to get into it because it's a bit more sexy for you. And if you know what you're doing and you do it right, she'll happily have an orgasm. Having said that, and this comes from the words of many whores, you know, I had like 2-3 decades of prostitution. I have had a couple of prostitutes, Wittgenstein's, Arkansas, Wittgenstein's Einstein lies, he didn't lie about his pies. I've had a couple of working girls get really angry with me after I made them orgasm. They didn't want me to, and weird, reluctant orgasm. Like started beating me, not aggressively, not angrily, almost playfully, but you fucking bastard. And I was like, hey, you know, what can I do? Hey, hey. Not always, no, not always. It's fucking hard work. But, you know, compared with the alternatives, that's what it comes down to. It's wage labour, isn't it? It's wage labour. But you need to be a certain type of person to be able to do that work, you know. You know, it has also damaged a lot of people who've done it. They weren't the right people for it. I know other girls who've done it and have got very positive experiences of it and are glad they've done it and own houses, own businesses, own property, have got money, and you know, they worked on their back for 10 years to get all of that, and then they stopped. You know, when you read my novel, when you read the story of the romance, it's one of the most significant romances of my life, and she's in the novel quite frequently. The story of her first ever prostitution is in the novel, and she told me the story, and you wouldn't imagine it when you read it. It's almost heartbreaking, the story, but for the different reasons than you'd think. French is on the firm. Cheers. Nice. Hello, Otto. RP. Hello, Della. Tige. Right. Anyway, so I was Billy dropped an entropy. I bet you'd love some of my exes. There's no one as weird as Bill. I bet you'd love some of my exes. I bet some of my exes wouldn't like you. I bet you'd love some of my exes. Well, yeah, hang on. I've got to share this with you because he is a peculiar person. I love you though, Bill. You've certainly made a place for yourself in the glorious House of Scrubs in a way that I wouldn't have thought would have ever quite worked out as well as it has. This is what the niggler has just said to me. And he knows that the entropy is going on the screen. So, you know, said to us. The language is incredible. I bet you'd love some of my exes. Have you ever rooted a Japanese ballet dancer or any Japanese birds? I never tried the would you like to fuck approach though, so respect to your big balls, hoy. Have you ever rooted? I have, as far as I can, Bill, thanks for the donation, mate. As far as I can remember, I haven't ever rooted a Japanese ballet dancer. I have had sensual encounters with Japanese girls, though, several, yes. Yeah. But not ballet dancers, no. Some English ballet dancers. They were all anorexic, though, and psychotic. Nice one, Bill. Have you ever rooted? Have you ever rooted any Japanese ballet dancers? Right. So Biden's laptop got onto 4chan poll. Rumor is, and it is, unless these are like the best deep fakes ever, it's out. The information's out, and son of Biden is a terrible person. And I'm going to show you 1.5 minutes of selected cuts from son of Biden's laptop. Now, just imagine if son of or daughter of Trump ever had this kind of stuff made public. This would be on CNN, MSNBC, the BBC, on like a 24-hour loop, right? Has anyone seen any of this stuff on any of the mainstream media? I'm not saying it isn't on there. I'm actually asking you. Has anyone seen any of this stuff? I mean, there's the odd little bit with him. There was that one bit with that woman where he's going, "Have I ever touched you in a bad way?" No, I haven't touched you in a bad way. Which is creepy as fuck. You know, it's creepy as fuck. But just have a look at some of this material. Now, I've got to say, allegedly, there you go. No. And this would be, some of this is quite unpleasant. So, you know, steady on. Have a look at this. I'm gonna move over to me earbuds. So, you know, another 20 minutes fucking about. But I've got so many clips that it would appear to make sense. So I got this sorted the other day, so it should be all right. Bluetooth and other devices. Cancel that for the moment. Cancel. Oh, I didn't mean to put that on the screen, but there you go. Right. I can't believe I've spoken for an hour and I haven't played a single clip. What have I been talking about? It's gone midnight now. I was going to go out tonight as well. That ain't happening, is it? Could do. The city that never sleeps. Right, I think we should be good. I think I should have audio. Let me just check. Yep. Right. Now, I just... All right. Now I just need you to check that you've got audio. Here we go. So what you're going to hear is a young Biden saying a 5-year automatic. And so I just need to know if you can hear it. Here we go.
An automatic 5 years in jail.
Did you hear that? An automatic 5 years in jail. Let me know. BR has said audio. You already heard that. There you go. Right, so this is 1.5 minutes of Biden's laptop. Prepare thyselves. It's fucking unpleasant. Here we go.
An automatic 5 years in jail for any person caught with a rock of crack cocaine, a piece of crack cocaine.
Who you trying to mess with? Ese? Don't you know who my daddy is?
That Hunter Biden was trading on his father's office to make $50,000 a month from the Ukrainians. In October, he admitted it.
The fact that you were the son of the person.
Yeah, no.
What role do you think that played?
I think that it is impossible for me to be on any of the
a Joe Biden, and boy, it's tough. I put the crack in the pipe and smoke it up. I like every day I'm tweaking, laptop leaking, pictures of me on a cocaine bender. Quick Pro Joe got me working in the Ukraine gas company directing. The only thing I know about gas, you can have it. Now I got 50K a month in my pocket. For the director's charisma, I'm smashing my dead brother's widow, impregnate a stripper. But nothing is better than crack cocaine when you're rich and famous in the Ukraine. Cocaine in the Ukraine. Cocaine in the Ukraine.
Cocaine straight to the brain.
Why does he
Cocaine
keep
in the
filming this
Ukraine.
stuff though? He's off his head.
Ukraine.
Cocaine in the Ukraine.
Cocaine straight to the brain.
But nothing is better than crack cocaine when you're rich and famous in the Ukraine.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Why is that not? Why aren't those images all over the media? Oh, because they're the propaganda wing of the Democrats. Simple as that. Yeah, you would not see anything else, would you? You've even got his old man saying, anyone caught with a piece of cocaine. Hello, mate. Got any pieces? I'm after some piece. I'm after some crack. Yeah, man. How much do you want? 4 pieces. 5 years mandatory. Well, here's your boy. Look, he filmed it himself. He doesn't like he's got a fucking GoPro on. He would appear to still be out and free. Right. Okay. What have we got after this? I won't play all of this, but this is devilish. This is PJW. Prepare for. What the fuck is happening to Europe, man? This is shocking. Well, Britain, in fact. Check it.
This should be one of the top stories in the country right now, yet it's received zero press coverage.
Right, there you go. Exactly the same as the Biden thing out in America. Why? What is this? Why do I keep changing colour? It's doing my nutting. Exactly the same. What you're about to hear should be on every news outlet, should be in every paper. I can't find it anywhere. I can only find PJW talking about it. Why? Again, because the mainstream legacy media are the propaganda wing of the liberal project.
Zero press coverage. A top UK government official admitted live on television that they considered seizing COVID-positive children from private homes up and down the country, separating them from their parents and placing them in quarantine isolation facilities. Take a look at what slipped out when Nadine Dorries, who was a health minister at the time, appeared on GB News.
When COVID happened, Jeremy contacted me as a health minister and said, you've got to speak to Matt. It was at the time the Nightingale hospitals were being built. You've got to tell him that you don't,
Hancock.
Yeah, you don't put sick people in the hospitals. You follow a zero COVID policy. My wife's family have experience of this. When someone tests positive, you take them from their home and you take them to an isolation centre and you leave them there in the isolation centre. That's the only way you can beat COVID. And I said, Jeremy, the British public will not stand for mothers and fathers and families and children being removed from their family and their home and put in isolation. He says, who said they won't?
I mean, hang on a minute. What? Just, can you imagine? That's proper stormtroopers. Just sitting down, your 4-year-old kid's got a cough. Oh, you playing your little game there, Billy? How's it going? Nobody move! They come in like E.T. Well, mummy. No, you're coming with us. We're chucking you in isolation. 100%. That's what you're about to hear more about. Shocking. Nice one, conservatives.
And I said, well, the behaviour and insights team, who I've discussed this with, they...
Let's just do that again. He says, who won't let this happen? Well, it won't happen. The behaviour and insights team. What kind of government has a behaviour and insights team? I'll tell you what kind of government has that. A communist one.
Behaviour and insights team, who I've discussed this with, they won't wear it. And he said, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Show me the evidence for that, because I don't believe it. That's the way we have to deal with this, is a zero COVID policy. Now, we would still probably be in some sort of lockdown if Jeremy Hunt had been made Prime Minister.
Look at China today.
Instead of Boris Johnson.
To reiterate, prominent players within the government, Jeremy Hunt.
Look at him. Look. I mean, I'm not a lizard man kind of guy, but you have to start when they all look like that. You have to start asking, don't you? Can you believe it? Fuck them. Go around their houses, collect them, and chuck them into containment centres, concentration camps. Let's concentrate on their COVID in a camp.
One chief amongst them wanted to directly copy China's draconian method of kidnapping both parents and children from their homes in the United Kingdom and sending them to quarantine camps. And remember, even Sage thought that the British public would never accept lockdown, never mind being forcibly torn from their homes, until Italy did so. Professor Lockdown himself, Professor Pants Down, Neil Ferguson, told the Times, quote, China is a communist one-party state, we said. We couldn't get away with it in Europe, we thought, and then Italy did it, and we realised we could. Give it...
You don't need to see the rest of that. I can't dine out on his whole video, but I mean, this has all happened so quickly. You know, it's all happened. It's just gone. You know, it just beggars belief that these people even sit around and talk about this, and we know why they talk about it. This is nothing to do with health. In oh God, what's it called? In Minecraft. This is just about compliance. This is about compliance and the sale of drugs. And those two have always gone hand in hand. I won't do my psychiatry rant again, but this is about compliance and the sale of drugs. Oh, my God, did you hear that little tiny me? Hang on the same page. I think I missed your last one. Yeah, Jeremy Hunt. That's rhyming slang right there. Knowles. I can't think of anything to say apart from madness. It must be madness. Well, unfortunately, insanity is no longer they're not mad. No, they're not. This is all, this is all very well considered. Look at what COVID actually done. It shut down loads of businesses, small and medium enterprise businesses. Small and medium enterprise businesses are still struggling, still going out of business daily. The corporations aren't. That's what it's doing. What the COOF has done to England. I mean, Cambodia's ranked number 2 in the world in dealing with the COOF. And I lived through it, and it was not a lot. It didn't happen. And that's a fact, because I was here. And what I've seen it's done to England, it's essentially been a rather large redistribution of wealth going back up, and more compliance. It's terrifying. It's all planned out. It's just the whole thing has been utilized to remove freedoms, like these things always are. 9/11. Look what happened off the back of 9/11. Does anyone feel any safer? How are the Taliban getting on? Are they weak at the knees, or did they just inherit £80 billion worth of munitions? Shocking. Conserving nothing. Just work and make us money. That's all it is. But that's a great call, actually, Otto. 5 points for the Arnold Rimmer. Otto is on the scoreboard. Vip. Otto, 5 points. Good call. Yeah, you'll be surprised. It's interesting how they wait for other countries to do things, isn't it? Oh, this is like communist China. There's very little difference between China and Europe at the moment. And I mean that. There's very little difference between the cultural, political, and social organization of China and Europe at the moment. And I'll argue that with anyone, because I've got friends who live in Shanghai, I've got friends who live in Beijing. I know what's going on out there. And all of them, and it's about 9 people in total, have said they'd rather live in China than Europe at the moment. You'd think that would be crazy, wouldn't you? When you look at the evidence. Well, that's because the people giving you the evidence want you to think that. Oh, evil China. Oh, look how they treat their people. Well, you know, there's similar footage being shown in China about how people are being treated in Europe. There's riots in almost every European city most weekends at the moment. And interestingly, PJW is calling it the liberal world order. I think it's a very important linguistic change. I think New World Order is just too acceptable. It's the New World Order. Liberal world order is far more honest and is far more ideologically and linguistically sound. I think we should refer to it as such as well. On the same page, very kind. Communism, I thought you said Beatrix Potter. Are you just saying anything now? I mean, you're allowed to. Hello, King Corona. Thank you on the same page. Very kind. 20 quid's very kind. I don't know, Zen. Maybe someone in the chat can confirm, but, you know, you wouldn't put it past them, would you? If they're the sort of people who are happy to suggest that we can just, you know, enforce the removal of children and put them in cages, while people coming over in dinghies from France, because France is at war or something, I'll take it. They don't have their children don't have to do that. They're much like in America. They're free from all such controls because they've had it hard. They've had it really hard. Here's an house. Here's some money. Fuck me, that was a little Vartan. Why is it Schnartens fuckum? Hello, Custard. Good to see you. Hello, SD3. Madness. Charlie Sparkle says, I'm fairly sure this was one of several modifications to the English Health Act back in 2020, giving more power to lock people away on public health grounds. It's just a scam. It's just a scam. If you look at the numbers in terms of physical and the myth of mental health, in the last 30 years, it's like England has just become rotten. It's just got rotten overnight. I just heard the squeakiest of farts. It just went. Did you hear it, or is that just my headphones? Let's change it on Entropy because it's, for some reason, it's going crazy. Let's try it. Let's go to that one. Let's turn the frequency down. Let's turn the duration up a bit, and let's try this. There you go. Back to something a little bit more standard. For the person who donated that last one, which I believe is my man Ragnar, this is for you, Rags. A mutual, a manual. There you go. Do you remember when it used to vibrate the chair? Oh, Charlie Sparkles, that's all these things do. When there's ever any sort of, you know, this is what I meant to say, but I got my words confused. The COOF, all the COOF has done is promoted globalism. And the weird thing about it is what it should have done is promoted nationalism. It should have promoted borders. It should have promoted border security. And it's actually, by closing down small to medium enterprise businesses, it's promoted globalism. By putting more money back into corporations, you know, it's incredible that a global pandemic has actually ended up promoting globalism. I mean, it's you know, that can only be manufactured because it's the opposite of what should have happened. And it's the likes of Jeremy Hunt that sat there and said, look, if people get wind of what's actually happening here, they'll start going, that pendulum will start swinging the other way. So what we've got to do is tell them the opposite of the truth. And that's how come you end up where we are now in a more pro-globalist position. It's incredible, really. It's almost genius. It's almost, you know, it's not stupid. It's not stupid. I mean, it's vile, it's immoral, it's unethical, but it's incredibly clever what these people do. Right. RP, when is enough? Enough of these crazy politicos, Chris. I know what your question is. Nice one on the Lady Godiva. Well, when you've had the rape of 1 million of your girls and nothing happened, you know, I was thinking about this the other night and at length as well. I don't mean to keep saying because it's in my novel, but that's why I don't just sit here pondering this stuff because it would drive me mad. But I think we might have missed the moment where we get together in a group and say no more. You know, everyone's awake. No one, you know, people aren't asleep. The old people need to wake up. People know what's going on. People know what's happening in their communities. People have seen it. People, you know, they could get away with it 20 years ago, but the internet arrived 20 years too early for the globalists. Otherwise, they'd have had total control by now. I think what we'll see is a different kind of political response. Who was I listening to just recently? And he was talking about I'll tell you who it was, and it's a really interesting conversation. It's JF Gariapi. I'm sure that's how you pronounce it. It's JF, that'll make it easier, and Styx Hexenhammer. And they start debating abortion. But they end up talking, and JF ends up talking about the likelihood of there ever being a Republican government in America, in the United States of America again. He says there might be one here and there, but nothing substantial. You know, there's no point getting 4 years here and nothing for 10 years and then 4 years. You know, you need a substantial run. And what he talks about is balkanization. And what he talks about is areas where people can move to and live with, like, you know, Christian morality, where they can live with conservative values, conservative schools, etc., and essentially balkanize away from government control. You know, one of the ways you can make a government smaller is by making the nation smaller, by separating from it. And I think that's probably what will happen in Europe. And I don't want to say that. I mean, you're going to get hundreds of thousands of people leaving Europe because there's better places to go. Now, not yet. There's not better places to necessarily go yet, especially not for people with families, because the issue is, unless you can work remotely, you're going to struggle to get work in those places. Hang on, let me mute this and have some water. It's getting all a little bit history debunked around here. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't start seeing, oh my God. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't start seeing European colonies appearing in Asia, in South America. I'm serious. Areas where people can buy land and set, like new frontiers people, essentially, where they can just get areas and live outside of the government. I wouldn't be surprised. Nice one, Raymond. Rags, I can't, mate. I've got 19 clips up here and I've got to get through these. I'll do it tomorrow. I might even already have it in my link load of clips because I grabbed a few that you sent me earlier. Thank you, Raymond. So I think there's a few things that are going to happen. I think there's going to be a balkanization. I think there's going to be an exodus. There's going to be a combination of the two. However, within all that, I think a lot of visitors to Europe will be leaving soon as well. Simply because the money's going to run out. You know, and you've got to, I think you've got to address that. You can't talk about, you can't have an NHS, you can't treat the world when only a small amount of people are chucking money in. So the NHS will be gone soon. Free housing will be gone soon. Welfare will be gone soon because you can't pay for it. You can't just keep bleeding people dry. The entrepreneurs and the millionaires and the billionaires will all fuck off. And so, trust me, they're not there for the weather. They're there for the money, and they'll go elsewhere when that's gone because it's an unpleasant and hostile place to live in. And it will become more unpleasant and hostile for visitors because the natives will realise why and who caused a lot of this trouble. Now, they're not to blame. White liberals, native liberals are to blame. But, you know, that's what I think will happen. It will never be a single issue. It will be various different cultural sort of almost like tectonic plates working simultaneously over a generation. But, you know, if you're 20 now, by the time you're 50, it'll be unrecognizable in Europe. Not necessarily for the worst, by the way. You know, these things could go either way, more than two ways. Very kind of you on the same page. I work bush, had 3 jabs now, and the doc says, the doc went, need any of them. Oh, the doc. So basically, you've had 3, and the doctor now said you didn't need any of them. Yeah, I've heard so many people tell that story now. People who are told they had to have them. Loads of people said, "Well, I'm not going to have them." They said, "We're going to sack you then," and they said, "Well, sack us then." The company didn't sack them. Then they changed the rules and said, "Oh, actually, you don't have to have them." And half the company did have them. How are they feeling now when all the other people are like, well, you should have just waited? It's crazy. Just crazy. Hello, free client. Yeah, without a doubt. There you go. You'll be there, Otto. You'll be there, son. Right, I think it's time for the next clip. Hang on. Ragnar's Ayrton Senna. Play this for my channel. No. You're getting like Weirdos Unite. I think I know what it is, and we already played it on this channel a while back. Tomorrow, Rags, I've got 20 up here. Bloody Ada. Oh, Weirdos Unite. Steady, Steve. Right, hang on. Yes, I have, Elliot, and it's awful. It's absolutely awful. Right, hang on. Billy says in Entropy, the CCP tyranny is the model the World Economic Forum wants worldwide. Globalist New World Order bastards. They aren't liberal. They changed the definition of liberal. You have to say classical liberal now. Yeah, I'm not even sure the amount of tyranny we think is operating in the CCP is actually operating there. I think it's all pretty much the same at the moment. It's globalism. Globalism is global, you know. And when you're trading between nations, you have to have similar politics because that's what oils the greed. That's what oils the trade machines. What oils the markets. I don't know. Right, next clippage. 1 second. Hang on. Martin says, thank you for entertaining me. Thank you, Martin. Thank you for donating to me. Nice one, Marsh. Hello, Sophist. Right, let's have a look. If I haven't said hello to anyone, RP, I will do. I like that summary, Chris. Gives me a little hope. Well said. Nice one, yeah. I mean, it's never all bad. Society, life has always been a fight for resources, and that's where we are now. But with communications, you just get to see these things operating on a larger scale. But, you know, I'm not so sure a few villages in the south of England were much different structurally than what's going on globally now. And then you can take that down to the birds and the bees. Nice one, RP. But on the same page, what tea is good in your manner apart from both in Cameroon Highlands in Malaysia? They're not really tea drinkers out here. They're not. There's no sort of special teas. It's mainly coffee. So there's nothing really here of tea value. Okay, right. Check this out. Right, so we all know Gatorade, right? Gatorade has been sold for years as a health drink to give you a boost when you're exercising. And it's okay, so it had electrolytes in it, but it's also fucking full of sugar. It's like they got Coca-Cola, allegedly, and just said, oh, how can we sell this stimulant, electrolyte, sugary drink? Just say it's good for athletes and get tennis players to drink it. Check out the new Gatorade advert, and ask yourself, at what point in this advert do things? I'll give you one line. You know the bigotry of low expectations, right? We all know what that is. We all see it at play in the woke-arama we live amongst. Check this out. Oh, and this isn't a don't blink moment. This is going to be shoved down your face. There's no missing it. Check it. Here we go. Bosh, bosh, bosh.
Introducing Gatorade Fit.
Okay.
Fitness starts from the inside.
Okay.
Out.
I mean, here's the insult. Why are the white people fit and athletic? And as soon as we get to a person of colour, she's overweight. Now, she can be overweight if she wants. That's her choice, and I would never want to take that away from anyone. Do what you want with your own body. But this is an advert for health. This is an advert about fitness. That's why it's cuntish. That's, the liberals, they piss all over the so-called minorities. They absolutely piss all over them. Look, take it back to now you know that, oh, she does some yoga at the end, and you get to see her split the difference, which is, some people like that, and I'd never want to take those freedoms away from anyone. But again, this is a health video, and you can't do yoga at that size. You'll hurt yourself. That's a fact. I've been doing yoga for 30 odd years now, and I've been in yoga classes where rather large people come in, and the teacher says, you can't do yoga because you'll hurt yourself. It's not made for you. Lose some weight and come back. I'm happy to teach you, but you'll hurt yourself. And yet, in this health advert, and this is the level of insanity we're at, where you're meant to just watch this and think, nothing going on here. No, there's nothing here that is making me think that this is insane. This is all normal. I'll take it back to the beginning, because now you know it's coming. It will crack you up even more. It's fucking absurd. And it's the low expectations are ridiculous. Drink Gatorade G-Fit. Healthy hydration. Well, that ain't going to do you any good if you're fucking 300 kilos, is it? I mean, Here we go.
Introducing Gatorade Fit. Fitness starts from the inside. Out. Get healthy, real hydration. And no added sugar, artificial sweeteners, or added colors.
I'm sorry. You're joking. No. No, she may well be able to do that posture, but I don't know why she is, because yoga's all about flexibility, and it's all about blood flow. And this is like having this is like your house falling down and you deciding to paint the exterior. You know, yoga's well down your list of things you need to be doing to get healthy. You're in real trouble here. And this is a health drink advert. And I've got nothing. I think people should be able to make whatever choices they want.
Fitness starts from within. Gatorade Fit. Healthy, real hydration. All G.
Right. Hang on. Now, do you remember that? Do you remember that fucking infographic that went round about white culture? White culture thinks that success is a good thing. White culture thinks that you should arrive on time. White culture thinks that you should have schedules, and you should, you know, it's like, yeah, that's how we put a man on the moon. We do believe in. What is this a bad thing? And it was just weird. Well, that's the same. That's the same as that. That's like, you know, it's be healthy, white people, but everyone else, you can do what you fucking want because everyone's too scared to call it out. Now, here's where it gets a little bit more entertaining because, and I have to give props to Brittany Venti. Brittany Venti has grown up on the internet. She's an internet chick. She used to have a quite wonderful cleavage front and center, and 4chan trolled her for years, right? And she used to have these mad hysteric, you know, there's plenty of videos of Brittany Venti online losing her shit because she was losing her income. You know, she made money off of teenage boys simping. But she's grown up a bit, you know, she's still a young woman, but she's not the here's my tits, give me some money teenager she once was. Now, check out as Duck Boy, I think it was, sent me this, and the video's called a fat shaming masterclass. So this is Brittany Venti and Chrissy Mayer. They're two full-time streamers watching that advert. And this is a long video, so we won't watch all of it, but there is some quite good laughs in there. Check it out. And it's funny that they're doing their best to come to terms with the bigotry of low expectations because they don't want to lose their channel. They don't want to say the wrong thing. But this is as clear as day. So it's quite interesting and quite funny watching them kind of swerve it. And some of the things they say are just crushing. Now, I just want to say again, make your own choices in life. I have done damage to my body that is worse than being overweight, without a doubt. So, I think you should be able to do what you want to your body. That's not what this is about. This is because this is a health drink advert. That's what the context, the framing changes the meaning of the signifiers within. But listen to these two so-called internet millennials dealing with that advert. Hang on, sorry, I forgot to put the audio on. Here we go.
Recent, huh? Oh, it's from May. Introducing Gatorade Fit. Healthy, real hydration helps Jessamine Stan keep her goals within reach. Ugh. All right, let's watch this. Full screen. Are we ready?
Yeah, she is. Okay, can we talk about this? She has 13K followers and got this. Like, what the fuck?
I know. What the fuck?
Like we
I guess
that's quite an interesting point. Like Brittany Venti is like in the millions. And this woman's got 13,000 followers and she gets a gig for a Gatorade advert, you know, and it's like, why? Oh, we know why, because they found the only overweight black woman that could do an headstand. And there goes my channel. Here we go. No, she certainly has, but I think the pair of them have kind of grown out of that, so it's quite cool.
Anybody can be a fucking fat Gatorade model. Wow. Really, honestly, it's like
Gatorade Fit. Healthy, real hydration. Healthy reach.
oh no.
She's about to fall
Oh, come on.
over. She does not do yoga.
Stop it. She does not. This is the first time this girl has ever done yoga. I would be, if I saw this commercial and I saw my literal armpit stretch marks, I'd be like, that's it. I'm going to fucking jump off a bridge. Like, no, this is not what you want to be highlighting.
It's quite cool that these millennials that we hear so much negativity about are not buying this. Look at, I don't know how close up you can see, but look at Venti's boat race. Actually struggling to come to terms with it.
And it's right. The sunlight is hitting. This is not good.
Yeah, I would be on suicide watch if they highlighted that.
She's laughing because she's never done yoga before. She's like about to crack up. She's like, I have never done this position.
Gatorade Fit, healthy, real hydration.
Like if a gust of wind even slightly breezes by her, she's going to be tumbling over.
Actually, this thing in the background here, I have one of these. See this right here?
Uh-huh.
It's called a feet up, and you can just go upside down. This is not even a yoga piece of equipment. It's just something to go upside down in. They're like, let's just throw whatever into this room with her to make her look athletic.
Is that why you watch them, Grego? Yeah, they're based, yeah?
No. Girl, you should be on lemon water.
What?
Did you see? Okay, it bothers me how she just drank that. Like, look. It didn't even touch her fucking lips. Like, she's pretending she's drinking it. She went like this and like backwashed it completely.
I bet when they were shooting this commercial, she had to pretend to drink this, and then they'd be like, cut, and she'd have to fucking chug regular soda on the side. They probably had to fill this bottle up with fucking orange soda for her. Better than drink it. Oh, God. I'm such a bitch. But then again, like, no one's buying this. Confess.
There you go. I'll put the link to that in the chat because it is a masterclass in, as I think it was Andrew said, or someone said, this is refreshing. And it is encouraging because what we get to see is blue-haired idiots going, no, this is fine. And no, let's have a little bit of reality here. And I don't believe that woman does yoga. I don't believe she does yoga because I'm just thinking of the first sort of 10 postures you learn. And dog pose is a standard posture. She can't do that. There's no way she can do that. I'm just picturing it in my head. She'll just be on all fours, and the teacher will say, "But." The teacher will be saying, no, you need to take your knees off the ground. And she'll be like, I can't. And they'll be like, yeah. Well, that's weird. But it was, I don't want to cunt someone off. Sorry about the C-bomb if you've got your kids with you. But it was kind of refreshing to see, they are based. They are quite a cool couple of girls. And they didn't used to be. Venti certainly didn't used to be. She used to be quite a sniveling little millennial shit. And it is encouraging that even though she's grown up in the internet digital spotlight, even though she's grown up, on platforms that say, you can't say this, you've got to be like this, you've got to be like this, they've matured. And they've matured out of it. They've left it behind. And I think that's encouraging. Because there's a lot more of them. On the same page, I've done damage to my body, bloody Jim Beam and Cokes. Don't drink too much. I don't want you to wake up tomorrow and have a look at your statement and think, oh, I'd much appreciate it. But are you on the Jim Beams and Cokes? Drop the Coke out. It's probably worse for you. I'm not even joking. I remember when I used to mix my drinks, with like Coke or something. And at the end of the night, my teeth would be itching. And I'd just think, fuck me, I must have done about a litre of cola tonight. Because, when you're a youngster, you get through them, didn't you? And I'd have I can't remember what it's fucking called now. What's that nice bourbon, Kentucky bourbon? But, I'd be thinking, God, that Coke has done my mouth that right damage. Not the booze. But the cola. Shocking. Right, let me just check over on here. Billy says, ask Smith W about China. He's our foreign correspondent in China. Get him on or have a look at Sir Pencer and Lawyer on YouTube. Great humble brag about making the brass come again, against their will, by the way. Cheers, Niggling Bill. Smith W. It's coming, Andrew. Smith W. Wax lyrical about China, my friend. Maybe I'll get him on if he wants to come on another stream, Bill, but I can't do it now because I've still got like 18 clips to show. The link to that, because there is another 11 minutes of it. I've just put, nice one, Bill, for the donation, mate. I've just put that in the, I've just put that link. There's the link for the rest of that video. Hello, Barrett Zippo. Hello, Rathschild. Good to see you both. Hello, Baz. Cleans your teeth. Yeah, what? Of enamel. Right. Yeah, good call, Rags. If you could like this video, that's helpful. And if you are new here, I'm a writer. Top link in the description is my Substack. There's 20 short stories on there, including a teaser, including a teaser for my new novel. So go, you can read all of them. It's totally free. But if you put your email in, any new ones I write, which is about one a month, will be emailed straight to you. It's a very cool way of supporting the channel. So that's my Substack, link in the description. Hello, Robert. Nice to see thee. Right, okay. Grego says that Mayer is a regular with Nerdrotic, and so Venn diagrams with the critical drinker. Yeah, but I heard the critical drinker was on the fucking trigonometry the other night. Oh dear. Nice one. I'm all kippers and slippers last few weeks. Must get my ass in gear again. Yeah, Raymond, don't punish yourself though, because that's how you don't get yourself in gear. Cut yourself some slack. As humans, we don't want to do anything. We don't want to do anything that takes effort. We don't want to do anything that takes concentration. Seriously. Once we've eaten, which our society of surplus has made easy for us, once we're ensured we've got shelter for the night, we don't want to do anything. So cut yourself some slack, understand that that's natural, and say, all right, I've had a rest, I've had a break, it's been all kippers and slippers, but now I wanna progress in my life. So get a bit of paper out, write down a couple of things you want to do, small steps. Don't say, right, I'm going to join the gym and go every day for the next year. No, maybe go to the gym once a week, maybe join a yoga class. Or whatever it is you want to do. Maybe you've got hobbies or things that you've neglected. Maybe you're not seeing enough friends. Maybe you haven't got enough friends. Maybe you need to go and make some friends. You know, but small steps, cut yourself some slack and just slowly get on it. There's no, you know, I think we really, as people, really have a problem in cutting ourselves some slack. We all fuck up occasionally. We all get lazy occasionally. It's all right. It's part of being human. And you just need to do something about it. But you don't need to do something. You don't need to get it done tomorrow. You don't need to get it all done. You don't need to change in an hour. That change could take 5-6 months. It's a process and it's all right. Aurora Shebang's here because I like to party. Look at the fucking avatar. Who is it? That's incredible. I like to party. Great call. OG scrub action on that. Amazing. Right, let's have a look what we got next for you. What I got here. This is shocking. You can't get the old bill around your house if you need them. They'll take hours while you're getting murdered. But if you've got some stickers on your van, oh no, they're coming off, and they're going to talk to you like you're a piece of shit. They're going to talk to you like they're a headmaster and you're a school kid. That's what you'll get from this. I sometimes struggle with the audio from Twitter, but let's try it. Have a look at this. Let me know if you can hear it.
You can film in Mr. Doctor, no problem. All I'm doing is removing what has been reported as an offensive sticker.
What has been reported, some fucker had nothing better to do than ring up the old Bill and say, yeah, there's some offensive stickers. And the old Bill had nothing better to do than to say, oh, okay, tell us where they are and we'll sort that out for you. The United Kingdom, eh? Good Lord. Once owned the world.
Okay, and then I'll give you the stickers. Okay, as you can see, it's undamaged. And you can have it back. It's not a problem.
There's no damage to the
vehicle. No damage to the stickers. No damage to the vehicle. Okay. I tried to ask you to do it.
That's an excellent point. No way would they talk to their do-as-you-likeys like that. They wouldn't even go near their motor. Because one of those do-as-you-likeys would say to that copper, I'm going to find out where you live. And that copper would walk off, get in his car, drive away and pretend it never happened. Why? Because the do-as-you-likeys have got strong communities. And the do-as-you-likeys will protect themselves and their property regardless of your ridiculous laws. No, you're absolutely right. I've seen it happen. I've seen it many times. The old Bill in Abbey Wood, they used to hang around outside the Travellers' site. So when the junkies come off the site, the old Bill nab them. And I had one of them say to me once, I've just seen you come off that site, so I'm going to suggest you've been on there buying heroin. And I'm like, oh, so you know they sell heroin over there then? That's what you've just told me. But you're arresting me. What, is using heroin a worse crime than selling it? Let me think about the law. Possession or possession with intent to supply? What carries the bigger sentence there? Because I've been nabbed for possession about 100 times and I haven't done any bird. But people who get done with intent to supply, yeah. You're scared, aren't you? You're scared of going on that site. You fucking cretin. I despise.
And we're doing this because what we don't want to do, Mr. Thompson, is to prosecute you.
Prosecute me, fella.
Public order.
Prosecute me.
Well,
prosecute me.
No.
Absolutely called his bluff. Listen to the anger in Mr. Thompson's voice, and you can totally understand it. You can totally understand it. Just fucking prosecute me. Go on, because I'll get a chance to talk then. And when I stand up in that magistrate's court, I'll tell you what a shit show you bunch of fuckers are. Listen how he says to him, go on, prosecute me. And the copper goes, no. Listen to how patronising this copper is. They don't work for us. They don't work for the people. These people work for the law. And who owns the law? Communism. Communists run the law.
Public order.
Prosecute me.
Well,
prosecute me.
No.
I think you got damn right liberty to tell you the truth, fella.
Hang on, sorry, I missed the bit where he says, I'm trying not to prosecute you. He calls it on and he goes, no. Yeah, that shows you where your cock is, mate. Up your own arse.
Tried to ask you to do it. And we're doing this because what we don't want to do, Mr. Thompson, is to prosecute you.
Prosecute me, fella.
Public order.
Prosecute me.
Well,
prosecute me.
No.
I think you got damn right liberty to tell you the truth, fella.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
We've tried to discuss.
You do? I think you got damn right liberty, mate.
Unfortunately,
I think you got damn right liberty.
What?
Well, that is
You're
your
touching my property.
Yeah.
You're causing offence in the public place.
I mean, hang on. I mean, maybe have they said what the offence is? What law is he breaking here? Surely you have to say that. Now, obviously, he might have said it at the beginning and the geezer didn't have his phone out on time. But what is this? What crime is this? Who's the victim? Who's the victim of this crime? It's hard to say, isn't it? And again, we get back to the bigotry of low expectations. What's the what you think black people can't cope with that? So are you saying that black people can't look at a golly without getting upset? Because I know plenty of black people who will smack you in the mouth for thinking that, because it's ridiculous. Or are you saying that they look like that? Is that what you're saying? They all look like that? I mean, you can't win this battle, Copper, because the law and the police have sold their soul to social justice, which eats itself. It's illogical. It makes no sense. It's riddled with contradictions. And what you're doing is more offensive to anyone than just leaving it alone. It's just, it really beggars belief. And just the tone he's taking with him, I'm well glad that bloke didn't just chin him, because you'd be hard pressed not to. And I've got a funny feeling they've had run-ins before, these two.
That's what's inside of the gentleman's van. This is the gentleman videoing us removing them undamaged from his van. Right, I'm more than happy, sir, if you want to take these into your property and add them to your collection, that is fine. Okay, I will give you that opportunity. However, if they are placed back on the vehicle, then we will.
Oh, that's fucking nice of you.
Remove them permanently, and they will be entered into evidence if we were looking to prosecute you. Do you understand?
According to what law, though? What?
No. Do you understand what I'm saying? So is that what you're going to
have a nice day, fella? Isn't back in? Have a nice day.
You just
Andrew.
them up, okay?
Fucking idiots. They absolutely drive me mad. And you know, the one word of well, it's more than one word. Some words of advice. If you do get into an engagement with the police in Britain, just keep your cool, really. As much as you want to get angry, and I can understand that. But here's the problem with that, and I've been there. The problem is, if you do let yourself get angry, you'll then be acting on emotion. And it's understandable that your emotions regarding the law, regarding the police, are intense, and you may well end up smacking one of them, and then you may well end up going to prison, and then your life is going to slowly, you know, your kids got no father, the missus can't feed them, they end up living at the mother's, the kids going to care, you know, all because you let yourself get into emotion. And as much as I completely understand, you just want to smash that geezer's head against the side of that van repeatedly until he wakes up a bit and realizes what a pawn in a ridiculous game he is. But don't let that happen, because then they've won, then they've beaten you. And, you know, you wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't already red-pilled, and we don't need to lose numbers just because we ended up getting in emotion. Don't let them win. Just, you can tell them, but tell them just keep calm and say, well, I'm glad you've done that. You know, I'm sure you've really helped out. I'm sure you've really helped society. You're doing a great job. I hope you sleep well at night. Good Lord. Anglo-Saxon, you out for a bevy later? Well, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, but I might go out and just have a couple. Yeah, I might go out and have a couple, but we've still got about 10 clips to get through. But nice one, Anglo. Thanks for that, man. Appreciated. Yeah, the copper's an absolute arsehole. Yeah, you know, what an unpleasant bloke. You know, he got picked on at school and he couldn't handle it. Right, here we go. Something a little bit more light-hearted. It's your friend of mine, United Spot. Hit it. It's Pelosi.
House drinker, has your husband ever made a stock purchase? Of course. I give him sub tips all the time. So you give your husband advice on which stock to buy? No, that's preposterous. I would never do something like that. But you just said... Hey, do you know who I am? Yeah. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. But nothing. Americans are suffering right now, and all you care about is what stock my husband bought? Are you going to ask me about my husband's GUI next? Well, silence! Let me explain something to you, okay? I've got a lot on my plate right now. I'm working on this 25th Amendment. I got to find a way to get Kamala out of the office, and I'm dealing with the January 6th hearings, okay? My cup runneth over. The last thing I need right now is some smart-ass asking me why I'm rich. But I was only asking. It doesn't matter what you think. Okay? Okay. The only thing that matters is what I think. Right? If I say my husband is lucky in the stock market, then you need to believe it. Would you be willing to take a lie detector test? A lie detector test? Yeah, lie detector test. I heard you the first time, you son of a bitch. So? So what? Would you take a lie detector test? I'm rich, okay? I don't have to. I'm not a peasant. Rules don't apply to me. I'm above the law. Any one of you out there would be in prison for the dozens of illegal felonies I commit before my morning vodka and coffee. Don't you see? I'm a winner. I'll always be a winner. And you always come in last place. If you peasants haven't figured that out yet, then you're really not paying attention. Good night, peasants. No more questions!
So ridiculously close to the bone and the truth. The money she has made out of trading, and it ain't investing, it's trading. She buys stocks in the morning and sells them in the evening, you know, because she's got inside information. It's illegal to insider trade. But when you're government people shouldn't be allowed to buy and sell stocks because they've got information that the rest of us haven't. It's an unfair game. If she knows that the owner who she had lunch with is just about to do a merger and an acquisition of another company, well, yeah, buy fucking £500,000 worth of their stocks, because by dinner time, they'll be worth twice as much. And that's why she's got absolutely millions. And in that video, I know it's United Spot. I know that's not actually Pelosi, but she says, first thing I got to do is get rid of Kamala. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if Pelosi's not looking at pulling a fast one. And when Biden has a heart attack next week, I wouldn't be surprised if Pelosi doesn't look at leading the Democrat Party, i.e. being the president. I'm not even joking. I wouldn't be surprised in the least. I mean, even though she's permanently shit-faced, she's still probably got more brain function than the current prime minister, president. Right, okay. So this is for you, Rags. We've got some toxic masculinity now, and we've actually got, hang on. We've actually got 1, 2, 3. We've actually got 4 toxic masculinity sections. Now, you know, we've watched plenty of street beefs on this channel. You know, Satan's backyard. There's people from the local community. Hello, Andrew. People in the local community, and they've got a little argument going on. So rather than have it on the street with guns, they get into Satan's backyard and they have a little tear up. Right? We've watched a lot of them on this channel. So this is a 6-minute fight. We won't watch all of it because not a lot happens, but this is an interesting one. Check out this street beef. Excuse me.
Y'all should already know it's your boy Hell on Wheels. You know, I always try to come at you with some nice positive message, and I'm going to get to that. But first, man, I'm going to holler at my dude right here, and you don't know I'm saying this, so I'm going to holler at him. Y'all want to talk about what face do for the street beast fighter? Watch the documentary. This cat had burns that required 100 surgeries. You don't think he know what it's like to be Hell on Wheels? Man, squash that. Number 2, he said it's a mixer. Be prepared to fight anybody. This cat said, Brandon, we going because Face is a man of his word. So guess what? You get to fight the dude in the and get the goddamn
still
light.
talking. Here we go.
Yeah, your boy Gorilla out here, Ray.
This one's called Gorilla there. Okay.
He had some fun with his boy. You all, man, no. Neutral corner boxing.
You know what it is, street beast, wheelchair boxing. Get at us if you think you can hang. Let's work round 1, street beast.
Body shot. Good job, Brandon. There you go. Good work. Good work.
There you go. Now, here's where it gets uninteresting. We're at 1 minute 33, right? I'll move it to random 2 minutes 13. What do you reckon's happening?
Yeah. Double it. I'll give you nothing, big. Double it. Double it. Double the speed break.
Okay, I'll move that to another random point. 3 minutes 20. What do you reckon's happening?
Keep it going.
So you get the idea. That's it. 6 minutes. No one gets knocked out. Now, Billy says, is this okay? Billy says this is wrong. Now, hang on a minute. Hang on. I wrote a story called 7 Spastics. And it was stories, the first story in 7 Spastics on my Substack, link below. Go and read it. The first story is about when I sold amphetamines and hashish to a bloke with cerebral palsy in one of those Davros machines. And once I'd sold it to him, I had to feed it to him because he couldn't do it. He had, and I had to sort of put the pipe in his mouth, and I had to give him a little bomb and pour some beer down his mouth to get the sulfate down his neck. Of course, this is fine. What? They can't fight because they're in wheelchairs. What's the problem? What, they need looking after, do they? Maybe they want to do it. I don't think anyone's forcing them to do it. Maybe they want to have a tear up like everyone else who goes in that ring and fights. You know, these people get so pampered and fucking treated like aliens. You know, the classic line is, does he take sugar? Well, it's the same here. Just because they're in wheelchairs, they want to fight. Men like fighting. Let them fight. Of course it's all right. Billy says, but it looks like they're making. Where did you get the making bit from? What? Where did you get the making bit from? So they seem quite. I think if they didn't want to, they'd just say, "Can you stop, please? I don't want to fight." Not making anyone do anything. And that argument you could use for everyone who goes in that ring. I mean, there's people. We've seen fucking mothers in there fighting. Meth addicted mothers. Are they making them fight? You know, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are fighting for other people's entertainment. I wouldn't fucking do it. I wouldn't risk my life to earn money. No, fuck that. I'd rather have my life than, you know, have Deontay Wilder give me one of his fucking over the tops. No, thank you. So, you know, no, they're being treated as people who can make choices. Oh, imagine that. They're in wheelchairs, but they've got agency. And it's fine. Absolutely fine. Now, so that's the first bit of toxic masculinity. Now, we've watched a lot of street beefs, right? And by the way, this is all thanks to Dennis Messes. Hello, Melvin. We've watched a lot of street beefs. And we've watched a lot of the other one. I can't remember what it's called offhand. But it turns out this backyard fighting, this backyard unlicensed, unregulated fight club, essentially. These are fight clubs. These are people going to have tear-ups in people's back gardens, in fucking underground car parks and all that. And then I discovered King of the Streets. Now, King of the Streets has actually got some pretty cool production values, right? They do fighter profiles, very well edited. I'm about to show you some. But this is full on. Street beefs is sometimes just funny, isn't it? We saw the one where it was that trans one whose fighting name was Gash. Okay. And, you know, sometimes it's just a couple of meth heads going, nah. King of the Streets, these are proper fighters. These are fighting men, right? There's no rules. There's one rule. Sorry, there's one rule. No eye gouging. You can kick them in the bollocks if you want, right? You can punch them in the balls if you want. And people who know about fighting will know why the next two things I'm going to say are shocking. You can kick them in the head while they're down. They can be laying on the floor and you can do a drop kick on their head. You can knee them in the head while they're on all fours. Yeah, this is full on, no rules fighting in very scary looking underground, car parks. The cage, when they hit the edge, all the people around the outside put their hands on it so that it doesn't fall over. Everyone who ain't fighting is masked up, which gives it a real sense of, it's really kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, bollocks, I'm getting so old. It gives it a real sort of macabre sense. This is verging on snuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if people haven't died in King of the Streets and they've just fucking put them on a stretcher and dragged them out and chucked them in a skip somewhere. Sinister, ominous, all that'll do. So I'll show you a bit of the production values at the beginning, and then I'll show you a bit of the fight. And it's fucking heavy stuff. This is street beefs, but they've ramped it up a bit. Now, you can go and find more vicious fights than this, but the reason I was late and I never got around to telling you was I put all these clips on OBS, and then just 20 minutes before the stream started, I realised I hadn't recorded any audio. So I had to just grab a different video. I can't find the one that was as violent as I wanted to show you, but you'll still get the idea. So this is King of the Streets. This is street beefs with a bit of money behind it. And it's quite something. I love it. I love it. If I was a younger man, I would be down here getting the shit kicked out of me. Check it out. King of the Streets. That's their music. It doesn't go much further than that. It's just a gnarly little bass fucking a gnarly peaking bass. But I mean, hang on, let's just take that back. So check out this geezer. I mean, the music's incredible. Look at where he is, right? And look what it says about him. Caste 8, I guess. Russia, 95 kilos, 187 centimeters, 29 years old. He's a Zenit hooligan. He's a football hooligan for Zenit Football Club. Brackets, Fatal Group. So there's obviously an offshoot of the Zenit football hooligans. Yeah, put it all down there, no problem. This is fucking serious. These blokes, they're out to kill, man. Amazing, isn't it? He doesn't look out of shape, does he? I mean, I know he's got a Kalashnikov and it nearly says VAR on his back, but we'll move on to the next bloke now. I mean, you'd be fucking terrified. Look where they are. This is it, man. I'm so jealous I'm old. Another football hooligan. Look, just outright happy to admit it. Yep, I'm a fighter for HFA. Oak. Fucking hell. I mean, when the referee's wearing a full bally. Hang on, let's get the shot on the ref. Hang on. Black gloves and a balaclava. Look at that environment. Where is that? Just some fucking proper dodgy underground. It's shocking, man. No, I don't. I hate that, Jeffro. I despise that comment. I really do. Oh, hang on. It's because he said he's a good-looking guy. Sorry, Jeffro. I thought you were going somewhere else with that. Apologies, my mistake. Yeah, Andrew, that's gay. Apologies, Jeffro. I think you probably know where I was going, and I don't think that's what you were saying. Anyway, back to this very frightening actual Fight Club. Yeah, it's huge. It's a little bit gay, though. Size of the ring. Fucking hell. Now, just think about this. Just think about this, right? This ain't street beefs. This ain't even in a bar. Because in a bar, when you go to the ground, if someone starts pummeling your head into, it's going to get stopped. Most bar fights end up on the ground within about 30 seconds. Once they are on the ground, people get a bit more bottle and start separating them, and then it's all just but then it's all like, you can't, but they're secretly glad it's over because all that adrenaline's running through them, and they're like, oh fuck me, I've had enough of that. But in this situation, if someone catches you with that nasty right hook and you go down, on the way down, you might get his fucking foot go through your face. This is serious. This is serious business. And that's why I love it. Because this is masculinity. And as much as people don't want to appreciate that and don't want to accept that, and we live in a mamby-pamby culture, men like this stuff. Men like fighting. Not all men, not all the time, but a lot of them and a lot of the time. And there's nothing wrong with that because it's their fucking body and it's their fucking life. And this really inspires me. Street beefs is a little bit like, it's just kind of comical. This is, and I've watched a lot of this because obviously I liked it and I got into it. And there's a lot of respect for each other. They're not trying to hurt an individual. They're fighting. They're trying to hurt the opposition. But it's not because they don't like them. It's because they like fighting. And I think, what I was saying earlier about balkanization, and I said about colonies building up in different areas in other countries. I think you're going to see a lot more of this sort of thing, because when men aren't allowed to be men, they'll find a way to do it. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fuck lot more of this stuff going on that doesn't have cameras there, that has gambling going on, so they don't want cameras there. Just underground, bare knuckle, no rules fighting. And there's not only is there nothing wrong with that, there's everything right with it. Because we might need to defend certain things soon. And without people practicing, well, you might get in a bit of trouble. Notice they're wearing shoes as well. Imagine getting kicked in the fucking face with a pair of trainers on. Exactly, Baz. Exactly. Right, hang on. I'll move it on a bit. Here you are. This is what you risk when you walk into this ring. That's not a sprung fucking canvas. That ain't a bit of grass. That's a concrete floor that looks like Mouse Cat has put a fucking 2-part epoxy coating on it. If you got, think about this. If you got knocked out and you went down and hit that, you ain't getting up. That floor is rock hard, and they're still up for it because they're men. Oh my fucking gosh. Look at that. I bet he's absolutely buzzing. Whoa. Go on, son. Fucking listen to the music. Whoa. Isn't that the nearest thing you've ever seen to actual snuff? The geezer's elbowing him in the face on a concrete floor. It shouldn't be disturbing. It shouldn't. Why is it disturbing? Men have been fighting for centuries. They'll be all right. They'll be fine. No, I'm totally into it. I'm totally into it. I mean, it's easy for me to say that being my age because I'm not going to get involved. If I was 30, I wouldn't be, well, I don't know. I mean, they're good, strong, fighting European men. And I'm happy to see them. Right, where are we going now in our hang on, oh, don't say I've missed this one. Hang on. No, don't tell me I've. Where's that? Hang on. No. Right, hang on. Sorry, people. I've just got to drag this one out. Oh yeah, I've got to show you this. I've just got to look at my history. I'll dig it out. This is because I lost everything on my OBS. Hang on. Where is it? Yeah, if you're into that and you want to see more, I found it. You want to go look at King of the Streets, and some of the fights are fucking brutal, but incredibly engaging. Right. Remember just a couple of days ago, I was talking about Ashida Kim. We talked about Dante and all that. And then it was Ashida Kim, a pre-internet bloke who made a fortune selling VHS videos mail order because he was a real ninja, was our man Ashida Kim, who never left England. Now, this is a channel that Dennis put me onto called Napoleon Blown Apart. Not a lot of videos on there, but they're hour-long video essays, and they're fucking brilliant. And I found him here talking about Ashida Kim. And his scripting's excellent. His sense of humour is brilliant. You're going to enjoy this. So it's about 4 or 5 minutes, but if you remember Kung Fu magazines, if you remember Dante and the Dim Mak, the Deft Touch, the Poison Hands, and all that, well, this is a nice little. He's already dealt with Count Dante in the Touch of Death, but actually, I'll oh no, that'd be too long. We'll just do Ashida Kim. I'll save Dante for another stream because I'm over 2 hours now. We've still got plenty to look at. Here we go. Let me know you've got audio because I can't remember if I just checked it.
If poison hand techniques were too barbaric and you preferred your martial arts a bit less double dragon and a bit more Tenchu,
Come on!
you could always ascribe to the ways of legendary ninja master Ashida Kim.
Look at Ashida Kim. Now, I trust you. It only goes downhill from here. It only goes, and then that's beautiful. I think I missed a donation. I've just seen one from Lindsay. Anglo's dropped another one. Thank you, Anglo. Very kind. Fancy cracking your head on that? No, exactly. I mean, most blokes, if you get knocked out when you're standing up, your body stiffens up and you tend to roll on your pelvis and your spine. Although very occasionally your head will hit the canvas or the reinforced concrete. But you make that decision when you step in there, don't you? That's what's amazing about it. But in answer to what I think is a question, no. I don't fancy cracking my head on that. I've hit my head on a few concrete floors. I think that's why I'm in the state I'm in now. So no more. Nice one, Anglo. And Lindsay on Entropy has dropped a couple in and says, hey, Chris and Scrubs, slipping and sliding was the Buddy Holly. Oh, okay, yeah. So Jason the Spaceman, Jason Pierce, said slipping and sliding by Buddy Holly was the most psychedelic pop song ever made, which is an interesting take. P.S. Do spiritualized get a mention in your novel? Please say yes, and numerous times. Yes. I think that it's more at least twice. And then Lindsay comes back with another one a bit later. P.S. You've been on fire of late. Did you see that Channel 4 Tourette's doc and the BBC Unvaccinated doc that were aired in the UK this week? Maybe worth a watch and dedicating reviews to. Love you. Well, love you too, Lindsay, the most handsome of all Scrubs. I didn't see them, but I'm all over that psychiatry lark at the moment, so I'll look out for them. Interesting that they're getting mainstream media attention at the moment. We've got a little bit about depression and serotonin levels coming up later in this stream. Thank you, everyone, for keeping the donations coming. I'm loving this. I hope you're enjoying it. We've got a load more to come, and it's all cool. I think I will get out tonight, but it's going to be about 3:30 in the morning. I might go to the supermarket and get a gin and tonic and a bit of female attention on the way home. That's the beauty of Cambodia. It's just waiting for you. The supermarket, of course, I mean. Anyway, maybe we'll do a call-in one day about the old street, that Kings of the Street. But I would good call, Paul. Hello, Paul, by the way. I didn't know you were here. Hello, Planet X. It's like you can see right through him. Yeah, he's a real ninja. I would advise you to check out some of those fights on Kings of the Street. It's fucking brutal, but I love it. I think it's a good thing. I think men like fighting, and I think they should be able to. You know, you Ponzi schools. Yeah, he scratched me for an apple at my back. Well, you're both expelled and the social services are coming round. No, let them fight. Let them learn about consequences. I'm just going to have some water. I'll mute myself. Yeah. Water is God. So much like on King, thank you, Lindsay, for the lovely things you said as well. So I've been on fire. I've really been enjoying streaming lately. I always do, but it's been wicked lately. Much like on the Kings of the Street, Ashida Kim has got his profile here. Date of birth, don't know, 1948. Blood type, ninja. Fighting style, pure insanity. Signature move, ninja invisibility. Now, people, trust me. Trust me. As bad as you think this is going to get, it gets worse. And I am going to give you a little spoiler because it'll add to it. It will give you a sense of anticipation. Not only did ninja Ashida Kim, not only did he sell VHS videos telling you how to do the poison hand death touch. You'll see that, by the way. It's like it's something like the 26 move death touch. And he's got some stooge and he sort of goes, and when the bloke's on the floor, he's like, and you know that the bloke's just like, stop tickling me, get off me, Ashida, get off me, John. Not only does he then jump around in his garden with smoke bombs, which looks like an handful of flour, not only does he sell books explaining the mystic oriental art of the ninja, which never existed, by the way. They were puppeteers. That's why they dressed in black. But he also sold a novel, The Erotic Claims of Ashida Kim. And, and the bloke making the video graces us by reading a few bits from the erotic claims of... I'm not lying. He released a book about his ninja cock. And In the actual text, he says that the lady receives his ninja cock. I'll shit you not. This goes lower than any bar you could imagine. Enjoy.
Ashida Kim is a real-life ninjutsu grandmaster. Kim traveled the globe and learned the secret ways of the ninja in that most ancient and revered land of ninja arts, Lake Alfred, Florida. Kim has mastered ninja levitation, ninja invisibility, and ninja eternal virginity. Kim used the ancient art of bringing shame to your parents to release several turgid ninja training manuals, such as Ninja Secrets of Invisibility, Ninja Mind Control, Ninja Death Touch.
Now, before we move on to the good stuff, people around my age will remember that copy of Kung Fu magazine that went around school and you were desperate for your turn to get your hands on it. It was hotter property than porn, to be honest with you. And I remember reading it these were in the days when you'd seen Enter the Dragon and you believed all this stuff. American Ninja come out and it was all, you believed it. And you'd read about these things and there'd be reviews of these books. And because they were trying to sell their own magazine, they weren't critical reviews. They were sort of like, the art of the ninja warrior is something that, blah, 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 blah. And Ashida Kim certainly knows his stuff. And you'll be like, wow. So when he's showing you all these things, a lot of people here remember seeing these books and thinking, oh, fuck, imagine getting that. When I was 8 years old, I wanted the book on the ninja death touch. I wanted it. And, it's what could it possibly be? How can you blag a book on something that doesn't exist? I mean, the writing must be incredible.
And the amorous adventures of Ashida Kim? What the f***? I slid my hands beneath her buttocks and lifted her off the floor, turning to place her back to the wall.
Sorry to interrupt, but just in case you can't see that, this and the next couple are actual excerpts from the amorous adventures of ninja Ashida Kim. These are real quotes. I shit you not. It's incredible. Listen to this story.
Kim, what the f***? I slid my hands beneath her buttocks and lifted her off the floor, turning to place her back to the wall. She hooked her legs around my waist and raised her hips to accept my ninja dick. In a moment, we were wrapped in the throes of passion, driving, thrusting deeper and harder than before. We hammered away for a few more minutes, breathing and struggling together before I sensed the flood of her womb advancing. I let myself rise to the occasion and filled her heavenly chamber with my seed as she exploded in orgasm.
The horror. Don't worry, there's a couple more coming.
Yes, Kim has also dabbled in making his own ninja-based smut with The Amorous Adventures of Ashida Kim, a novel so blood-curdlingly unsexual that I'll only read several more passages. Pulling me over on top of her, she guided my erect member to her sacred chamber.
Stop it. Get some help.
Kim is a walking...
Hang on, we need sacred chamber again. She guided my naked member to her sacred chamber. I think that might be action. That's gone full circle. That's the best ever prose on intercourse.
Unsexual that I'll only read several more passages. Pulling me over on top of her, she guided my erect member to her sacred chamber.
Stop it. Get some help.
Kim is a walking lesson in why parents need to talk to their children about the dangers of anime. After reading The Amorous Adventures of Ashida Kim, it's safe to say that Kim knows even less about human sexual reproduction than he does about literature. The Amorous Adventures of Ashida Kim is, and I shit you not, a 90% true story.
That happened.
Based on the time Kim was hired as a bouncer in a ninja whorehouse in South Africa. a country famous for its ninja population. But it wasn't the bad kind of whorehouse, it was the good kind, where women aren't trafficked and work there simply for the love of ninja dicks.
Come on!
Kim teaches them how to live, how to love, and what it's like to get piped by a 4-foot-tall hobgoblin who's...
By the way, those clips you're watching, they're the Ashida Kim How to Be a Ninja video. So when you buy it and you put it on, your mother and father have to watch you crying at 12 years old that you spent all your Christmas money on this bullshit.
How to love, and what it's like to get piped by a 4-foot-tall hobgoblin who thinks he's a ninja.
That was a nasty line. No class.
Sadly, Kim didn't teach them how to turn invisible so they could just, leave the whorehouse. If you're wondering why you've never seen anyone perform a dim mak or use ninja bullet dodge to dodge a punch in MMA, well, that's just because these techniques are just too fucking deadly for the Gabby Garcia flexed her 24-inch pythons, sweat glistening over her body like early morning dew. That's actually because these techniques are 100% ninja horse shit. Ashida Kim is a solid gold weeaboo.
Hang on, let's just check that last move out. Check the dance behind him he does here. It's fucking priceless bit of nothing.
That's actually because these techniques are 100% ninja horse shit. Ashida Kim is a solid gold weeaboo lunatic. Kim's real name is Radford Davis, a white guy from Florida who picked a Japanese name and a Korean surname and sold the world a whole load of ninja LARPing videos. Kim claims to have learned his powers of ninja fuckassery from the Black Dragon Fighting Society. Yes, the very same Black Dragon Fighting Society founded by Count Dante. To this day, Kim has the BDFS logo on his website and claims to be the BDFS flyweight champion. But the Black Dragon Fighting Society sued Kim in 2007 to get him to remove their logo from his website. And if Count Dante's crew thinks you're too much of a delusional goon to join their club, you may need to practice the ancient ninja art of getting your fucking shit together. But being an open-minded type of ninja, Kim accepts challenges.
This is golden. Right, please listen to this. The $10,000 challenge. That's what it says. It's on his website. This is absolutely legit. But check out, hang on. So there's a $10,000 challenge. If I can beat up Ninja Ashida Kim, you're going to give me 10 grand. That's obviously what it would be, right? Well, it's a little bit more convoluted, but, well, hear him out.
From all martial artists who wish to prove him wrong. Kim put forth a challenge to all martial artists known as Ashida Kim's $10,000 challenge. And if you thought all you had to do to make an easy 10 grand is beat the Shabba ranks of ninjutsu in a fight, you're wrong. Kim's challenge means you pay him $10,000 and he will do you the honor of fighting you. Also, you have to pay a $25,000 appearance fee, pay for Kim and 3 of his friends' travel and accommodation expenses, and sign a waiver absolving Kim of liability if you're killed, crippled, or maimed. And then you can test his ninja powers against yours for real. There are no reports of anyone ever beating Kim in the $10,000 challenge, and I can only assume it's because he straight up fucking ninja murdered them.
There you go. There you go. I really recommend that geezer's channel. It's Napoleon. I'll link you to that. Napoleon Blown Apart, and it's gold dust. I'm going to show you a little bit more of his. I feel like I'm just dining out on this. But remember the other day we started talking about the no-touch masters, and I talked about, I think it's George Dillman, and he's the king of the no-touch masters. Let me just get to this bit, because it's absolute gold dust. Hang on. Starts about here. So, yeah, I'll put the link just so you can find his channel. But this video I'm taking these clips from is 53 minutes long, and I've just shown you about 5 minutes. And it's all that quality. The script is amazing. Everything's superb. There's the link. It's in the chat. Check out a bit of Dillman's no-touch mastery. This has got the bit in it I was telling you about when National Geographic sent some journalists over to see about this no-touch knockout. And you get to hear Dillman's bullshit excuses. Check it. Let me know you've got audio, please, someone.
You can't look at Brendan Schaub's stand-up and say, this is the worst joke, because all his jokes are the worst.
Dicey.
Every no-touch master is a fraud because of the simple fact that magic isn't real.
It's still real to me, damn it!
George Dillman was once upon a time a respected karate black belt whose biggest claim to fame was that he taught karate to Muhammad Ali. But somewhere along the line, Dillman realized that martial arts are hard. And
what you've got to remember is in the 70s, after Enter the Dragon, etc., The Big Boss, what's the classic one with that beautiful scene? I can't remember. Anyone and everyone was setting up karate schools in England, and as long as you gave your karate school a different name, you didn't have to have studied anywhere. You could literally just hire a room, call your school Ushgun Tarchiki technique, make up some bullshit story that you've been in Japan for 10 years, and then just get kids in and just sort of go, hey, and just do that 100 times. I know because my dad done it. I know because I done it. I studied karate as a kid. It was only when I'd done Shotokan and Taekwondo that I learned anything about fighting. When I was about 8, well, luckily I'd done judo as well, and judo's much like jiu-jitsu. The groundwork's fantastic. But I would be in those classes doing this, right? So you've got an arm up there, and this one's here, right, by your side. And then you go like this. And then you go like this. And then you go like this. And then she'd be going, oos, 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 oos. I ain't helping anyone fight anyone. Me and a mate used to have fights like karate as a gag. We'd get stoned and they'd come up to me like that. And they'd go, do you want to fight? And I'll go, yeah, all right. And then there's another one here. This was another one we had to do. That. All right. And we'd have to do it hundreds of times. Oos. Oos. And so he'd go, oi. And I'd go, oi. If you've ever been in a fight, you'll learn quite quickly that nothing like that's going to help you. It's just, and then you're on the floor. That's it. That's it. So the likes of Dillman here, who set up his schools, there's another pathway there. He suddenly thought everyone's buying this bullshit. And I was 11 years old, right? I'm gonna burp. I'll mute it though. Hey, I was 11 years old, and I knew he was lying because my dad had told me. My dad let me go to karate, he encouraged me to go because it was good to meet kids and do something. But I'd get back and they'd go, what did they teach you today? And I'd say what, and it would be so weird. It would be like, we learned that you've got a hand here, and then you do a chop to the side of the neck, and then this hand, which is by your here, it's always here, weirdly. So you'd start here, you'd chop to the side of the neck, punch to the stomach, and then punch to the head. And my old man would go, all right then, all right, well, let's do it to me. And as soon as I was about to do it, it just pushed me over. And it'd go, and I knew it was rubbish. I liked going, I wonder if I can find a picture of it. The tutor was quite, my old man was taught Wado Ryu by a bloke called Tatsuo Suzuki, who's actually very well known. I guarantee I can find a photo of Tatsuo Suzuki. Tatsuo Suzuki karate he brought Wado Roo to the UK. There you go, loads of him. And a well-respected, hundreds of photos of him. I'll just drag that over there so you can see I don't, that's how well known Tatsuo Suzuki is. That's the fella there. And he actually had quite an impressive understanding of fighting. He's well-respected fighter in Japan, Tatsuo Suzuki, right? And my old man said to me once, he said, who's the teacher down there? And I was only about, like I said, I was only about 12, 11 at this time. And I said to him, this is really weird because I didn't prepare this part of the stream. I said to him, well, actually, Dad, it's this blonde bird. I said, she's fucking hot. I didn't say fucking. I wouldn't swear to my dad. I said, it's this blonde bird, and she's quite nice looking. He went, hang on a minute. He went, Pauline, is it? I went, yeah, Pauline Fuller. He went, oh Lord. And I was like, how do you know? You know, when you're a kid, the world is so big. The fact that my old man knew who was teaching me karate at Fairfield Pool blew my mind. And he said, yeah, he said Pauline Fuller and her husband, they're quite well known on the English karate scene. He said, and there was another geezer, I can't remember. He said Tatsuo Suzuki and a couple of his students came to England, and there was this big competition. He said, and Pauline Fuller and her crowd got their asses whipped by these old men, basically, because they didn't know how to fight. But if I can find a picture of Pauline Fuller, and I haven't looked online, I mean, I'm going, how old was I? 11. So this is 40 years ago. And as soon as I put Pauline Fuller in, how can I show you this without it going off the screen? Oh, no, here we go. Can you see it? Oh, no, you can't. Look what's come up. How terrible. I typed in Pauline Fuller. The first thing, Pauline Fuller obituary. The second one, Pauline Fuller karate. Now, when I said she was hot, I'm backtracking a bit here. I was 11, but she had long blonde hair and big red lips. Let's see if we can find. Look at Pauline. That's her. That's her. That's my angel. That weren't her name then, though. Maybe she changed her name. She looks... Hang on, I'm getting a bit lost here. Yeah, that's Pauline Fuller. That's her. That is her. She's got her own website. She's got her own Facebook account. I'll see if I can dig some photos of Pauline Fuller out, and then I'll put them on my Telegram. Incredible. Yeah, she was all right. Jeffro just said she's all right. Did you see? Have you found a picture of her, Jeffro, online? How bizarre. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, my old man next time came down and he spoke to her. He says it here, yeah. Pauline Fuller. How amazing. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted, but I never thought I'd name or speak about Pauline Fuller again, to be honest with you. So let's get back to George Dillman. And so my point being, this is why I'm telling you, not Pauline Fowler, John, no. So you could just set up these karate schools without knowing anything because it was all rubbish. If you had a bit of flexibility, you know what I mean? Whose leg is that? If you had a bit of flexibility, you could do a couple of high kicks and could go like that and could go like that and get kids to do it repeatedly for £5 a class. You could 20 kids in a class, lovely, 100 quid, let's go. Doing that 6 nights a week, 600 quid. And in 1979, that's a fair wage, trust me. So the likes of George Dillman suddenly just went, yeah, we do a version of karate where you don't have to actually hit anyone. It's just chi. It's chi. You know, it's more of this Oriental nonsense. You know, just make it up. It's woof. And so that's what happened. But you see him getting caught out. But the beauty of this clip is It's not that he got his school of no touch knockouts gets caught out, but his excuse is so transparent, and it didn't end his career. If anything, it made him more popular. People are idiots. Check it out. Vartan. Oh, what's going on here? Why can't I press play? Nice one, Anglo. Ultra mega stream tonight. Thanks, Marker. Can we get some cold hard steel on the outro, please? You've called it. It will happen. Nice one, mate. Much appreciated. Yeah, we'll have cold hard steel. Here we go.
Doing literally nothing is a lot easier. So Dillman perfected wizard-based martial arts.
That's Dillman in black there on the right when he was a bit younger.
Instead,
I can put the largest person that you can find in the world, and I've done this. With that finger, I can put him on the floor.
Dillman was completely and hopelessly exposed by a National Geographic documentary in the mid-2000s. Dillman's students tried and failed to no-touch KO a National Geographic reporter. And it's also worth noting that Dillman himself wasn't willing to risk humiliation, so he threw his students under the bus. Dillman would eventually drop the hammer of dawn on his own career when he attempted to explain why the no-touch KO didn't work.
The skeptic was a totally non-believer. Plus,
the skeptic was a non-believer. I thought this was about fighting. So if you fighting a bloke and he doesn't believe that you can hurt him without you touching him, it's useless. Yeah, can you see there's a logical fault in the line of thinking there? But that's not the worst bit. Not believing. Oh no, that's not the worst bit. It's about to go somewhere you'd never have guessed. Check it.
the skeptic was a totally non-believer. Plus, I don't know if I should say that on film, but if the guy had his tongue in the wrong position of the mouth, that can also nullify it. Yeah, you can nullify it. You can nullify a lot of things done to you. In fact, you can nullify it if you raise those two big toes. If I say I'm going to knock you out, and you raise one toe and push one toe down, can't knock you out. And then if I go to try again, you reverse it. If you keep doing this, I won't knock you out.
Despite Dillman completely self-owning and exposing the entire field of no-touch knockouts as having less legitimacy than your average Nigerian prince, no-touch martial arts continue on in the form of empty force, practiced by the John Wick of psychic martial arts, Yuka Lampila.
It's not what you did, son. It's who you did it to.
Nobody?
That nobody.
Look at him in his whistle.
It's John Wick.
People keep asking if I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
If EFO were genuinely a real thing, Lampila would be the...
This is now. This is modern day. This cunt's getting away with this in the internet age.
UFC champion across every division from featherweight to heavyweight in both men and women's divisions. Nobody would be able to get within 5 feet of Lampila without becoming more comatose than Brendan Schaub's audience 5 minutes into his set.
Dicey.
I mean, the mad thing is, every time they show these geezers, they've got students. And I can't work out whether it's sort of like a group hysteria or whether they're just so desperate to want to believe that it works that they just go along with it. You know, when he says, "Oh, John, come out here," and then just goes, "Nee," they sort of go, "Oh." Is it because they don't want to stand out? Is it a compliance, like a compliance psychology test where they just go, well, if I just suddenly say, no, this is nothing, everyone in here is going to not like me? I mean, are they really paying to swallow this bullshit? It's really, really, really weird. Now, the last bit of what I want to show you is quite interesting, actually. This geezer was actually trained as a Shaolin monk. This isn't the last bit of the stream. I mean, we're nearly at 3 hours, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 clips left. Oh, this is the weekend big one. Keep the grift coming. But while we were watching that, I changed coils and broke it. And broke my vape. Hang on. No, we should be good. Yep. This bloke was trained as a Shaolin monk, and in Shaolin monk training, they do some martial arts. There's nothing freaky about it. It's all quite kind of standard. They have a long history. The Shaolin is a long history, but they don't pretend to be anything more than they are. They're very strong, blah, blah, blah. But this is him looking at some nonsense karate, some bullshido. And it's very good, actually. So here we go. This is the last of the martial arts section, though. We'll move on to something else after this. But it's quite funny because not only is his takes really weird, but the content he's got hold of is amazing. Let me know audio's good, please.
And during exercises,
hello, Ryan.
Breathing, I can't do it.
Blue belt, Ryan.
The clothing that they wear, these outfits, at the temple, no one wears them, just so you know. But there are outfits like that some Kung Fu schools have, but they're not from the temple, obviously. If this is not fake, which it might be, a lot of those videos are, they're doing...
Yep, they're swinging boxes from their bollocks.
Doing, obviously, the exercises for the How to Train Your Dragon. I mean, what can I say? So at the temple, I've never seen a single person practice this. Never. In 3 years, not one. I've asked the monks about it, and even they said this is so rare nowadays. And to be honest, I also don't quite see the reason or the benefit of that.
Check it.
Why? Oh my God. Sophia, you have to watch this later. Oh my God. The guy is biting.
Now, I have to say, I can watch him chewing tree, but when he starts chewing a house brick in a minute, it makes my teeth feel funny. And be prepared because it's awful. It's just I can imagine his teeth squeaking on the house brick. Do you know what I mean?
Trees. Why? Is he eating it? Oh my God, he's chewing on a rock. What? He's taken a brick. He took a brick and... I mean, respect, I guess. I don't know what that's for. Never seen anything like that ever. Looks like he's not doing himself any favors. I wouldn't even call that fake martial arts. I just call that... Okay, what is this?
Look at this geezer. Look at him. Look at his pants.
First of all, let's recognize that that is a great outfit. Never seen movements like that before. The funny thing is the stomping is actually something that is very cultural in forms, but not like that. And also the movements, no, there's no point in this. I'm having a good time. But he's pretty proud of himself.
Yeah! Now, this is quite extreme.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Oh. That looked real. That's pretty...
Okay. Now, that fruit he's got is a durian, right? That is the one that foreign people think smell like shit. They don't. They're delicious. I've now got over... They don't smell that good, but it's not shit. It's just a bit strong. But the actual fruit, honestly, when you bite into it, Osmeister says that's just everyday life in a retirement home. But when you actually bite into durian, it's fucking amazing. It's like silk, then it's like velvet, then it's like something else. It's really weird. The word durian in Cambodian means king of fruits. And it's really, really respected out here. If you take a durian to someone's house, like a durian like that, it's only the seeds in it that you actually eat. And they're sort of these, they look a little bit like a kidney. They're quite weird. And they're fucking delicious. And like I say, it keeps changing texture in your mouth. It's almost like palate magic, seriously. Now, here's why I'm telling you all that. Because when you break a durian open, you've got to have oven gloves on. If you haven't got oven gloves, there you go. Hello, Lee. Lee's Adam. Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Now, if you haven't got oven gloves, you're going to need 2 or 3 tea towels. One won't do it. Those spikes they're covered in razor sharp and strong as nails. They're there to protect those seeds. And, you know, as they've evolved over millennia, the ones that survived were the strongest, sharpest spikes. So to see what he does with it, it's not that bad, but I fucking wouldn't do it, that's for sure. I also wouldn't push my hand into a can of Pepsi.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. I've never tried that apple under the chin thing. Guess it's difficult, I don't know. But this is that's pretty rough. I wouldn't be scared to cut my finger. Oh.
Yeah, fuck that.
Respect, not bad. That's willpower, man. There's something very interesting about the whole breaking bricks, breaking sticks at Shaolin Temple that are
Right, I haven't got enough time to continue with where I wanted to go with that one, but we've had plenty of that sort of stuff. I might. Oh, this is the last bit of toxic masculinity. It's only 1 minute and 45. Who sent me this? I can't remember the bloke who sent me this. It might be Vincent. It might be Duck Boy. It might be Andrew. I've been getting a lot of all three of them, so sorry I can't remember. But this is some fella whose wife died or something, and you might have heard, I've heard of him before as the Iceman. And apparently he's trained himself. Oh, no, I don't want to say his real name. I don't think he's in here. I don't think that the bloke's in here. Gaffney it is, I think. But he's trained himself to deal with ice cold temperatures. He goes running. Vincent's not having it. I think it's Gaffney who sent it to me. He trains himself to go running like with just a pair of pants on in like Arctic conditions. That's the fella. That's him. And the bloke who sent it to me, Gaffney, that's him, knows him. And he reckons he can get him on my show, which would be quite interesting. Now, training yourself to deal with, on a documentary I saw about him, they said he hasn't trained himself to do anything and he's just getting fucking cold, but he's learned to deal with it. Willow says more guys in pants. But here's what gets me with this clip. This was a pure entertainment stream. I did say that on the thumbnail. This is the world's Guinness Book of Records the furthest swim under ice. So nice one, Alan. Cheers, mate. I'm enjoying it myself, I must admit. I mean, it is getting a bit late here, but thank you, Alan. That's appreciated. I think Billy said, what about all these so-called hard hetero men that bum men after knocking them out in prison? Where'd you get this information? In English prisons, there's not a lot of bumming goes on, I can assure you. If they really had a code of honour, these bum bandits would be treated like nonces, surely. I'd gas them. Yeah, but then you'd be the kind of bloke who gasses people. Have you not got a code of honour? You're all right for gassing humans, are you? You'd be happy to do that? I wouldn't. I would, because then you're just as bad as them, Bill, surely. You know, you don't negate something by being equal to it. You stand above it, you know, and then you're better than it. But there's very little sexual violence in British prisons. America, who knows? I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Bill, though. Another interesting point. I did wonder why you said something in the chat earlier about bum bandits or something. Bill lives his life. The reason this is interesting, it's the world record for swimming under ice. It's just one of those things that terrifies me. If I was on that film Saw, they'd put me under ice. That would be my biggest fear. Fuck that. I'll tell you where it come from. I think it's the second of the Omen films where they're playing hockey and one of them goes under the ice. And I was a kid just going, I don't want to go under the ice. The devils made him go under the ice. And that little Damon began, and then that his nanny went, I'm doing this for you, Damon, and jumps out the window. Oh, fuck all that. Oh, no. Terrified me. Which is probably why this presses my buttons. Here we go. Liz is absolutely right. The Borstalls did have the misses thing, didn't they? But That's probably because they were more hormonally active. Anyway, here we go. What would I do with fellas like that? Well, you know, I don't want to hurt people. I've got no need to hurt people. If they're, you know, just there's already laws in place. If someone's bummed someone in prison, then just chuck them in a solitary. Job done. There you go. If you can't live around other humans without bumming them, you don't get to live around other humans. Job done. I'm not going to gas them. I'm not going to kill them. I'm not going to stick a broomstick up their arse. I don't want to do any of that to any human. I don't believe in hate. I don't believe in that kind of ridiculous punishment when there's already available punishment. Anyway, what a bummer. Sounds like I can't read that out, Winston. What a bummer. Let's get back to the ice. They call in the niggler for a reason. Here we go. It's only 1 minute and 40. Check it.
You can't begin to imagine how cold this really is.
No, I can, because the top of it's frozen. Fucking, I must admit, no, I'm with you, Lee. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, kind of cold. But, you know, when I get in ice cold water, when I jump in a river in England, I start body popping because it's so fucking cold. That must be chilly, to say the least.
He's now taking slow breaths just to slow down his heartbeat. And he's off. A huge breath, and he's under. The danger involved here is absolutely colossal. For a normal person,
well, it would be if he didn't have a rope on him, let's be honest.
Body temperature would drop so much in just a few seconds in this water, the death would almost certainly follow. Hypothermia could set in at any moment. But not for Vim, because he has perfected an ancient yoga art.
So is that true? Is that true, people? Yeah, the chat, people love talking about bums. Is that true, people? Would a normal person get hypothermia? Because when I saw a documentary about him, the doctors debunked it all. So I'm not sure. And I don't want to get him on and sort of say, you're a liar. What do we think, people? I'm not buying that ancient art of yoga. There's no yoga that makes you not get cold. That's just nonsense. Where does he get that from? He bought that from fucking Ashida Kim.
He has perfected an ancient yoga art called Inner Fire.
No, there's no such thing as inner fire. Baz says, I believe in breathing methods like yoga. I've been doing yoga for nearly 30 years. The only breathing technique is pranayama, and it's got absolutely nothing to do with not getting cold. I don't know. I'd like to see his sources. Maybe you can prove me wrong, but it's something I know a bit about, and I've never heard of inner fire.
Which allows him to keep his inner temperature even. David Blaine, eat your heart out. Look at how clear that water is.
Run out of things to say then. Look how clear that water is, like water usually is.
Just as well, because you really want to be able to see where you're going in this one. 50 meters.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have put it on if I wasn't impressed. I mean, 50 meters in ice cold water is fucking extreme. But I just wonder whether he's practiced it rather. No, I'm with you, Anglo. But if you practice it, there you go. JP says it. He's had lots of cold baths. That's all. So, you know, if you... And Andrew says it as well. He was in it first of all, getting used to it. Yeah, that's a different thing, I suppose. I don't know about this.
He's nearly there. Just a tiny bit more. Cameraman, safety man, just in case something goes...
That's a very good point, Broken Silence. He developed an ancient system.
Wrong. He can see the light. Yes, there is light at the end of the tunnel, or in this case, ice. Just a little bit more. And then...
Well, there you go. Might be an interest. If this fellow who sent it to me can get him on, I would like to get him on, but it might go a bit dark when I start questioning the legitimacy of his yoga inner fire. I don't know about that. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip that one. We'll watch that one another day. I think it's only right that we play this because it should get a showing on every single stream. This is just a little bit just to chill you out for a couple of seconds before we move on to the next video.
Hey, Dangerfield, I heard you're a YouTube streamer and you publish writing and that you have created an amazing community online. I want to tell you, keep on going. Don't let anyone stop you from your grind. You're going to make it to the top. And keep up the good work and stay consistent and keep looking at the light under the tunnel because guess what? You still got it. You're an accomplished writer and YouTuber. And we support you. The Island Boys support you, so that means you're going to make it to the top. And all your subscribers appreciate you a lot, man. Even the Island Boys. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm an accomplished writer and YouTuber. And with the Island Boys on my side, I'm going to make it to the top. Okay, so this is interesting and kind of can't remember the word, but this has come out recently. No convincing evidence that depression is caused by low serotonin levels, say study authors. So a new article's come out. It's been plenty peer reviewed, and everyone's getting a bit funny about it. It was published about 3 days ago. The authors of a large review say there is no support for the hypothesis that depression is caused by lowered serotonin activity or concentrations, and have questioned the reasons behind high prescribing rates of antidepressants. They say the chemical imbalance theory of depression is still wrongly being put forward by some professionals, and the public widely believes it. Now, I don't want to get into a massive argument about psychiatry again, because we've had that. My mate had clinical depression. He was like a different person. He'd answer me with what I said to him. I'd ring him up, video call. Hello, mate, you all right? And he'd go, hello, mate, are you all right? I'll go, oh, not this again. And he'd go, not this again. I said, why don't you come into town, man? I miss you. And they go, I miss you. I go, it'd be nice to see you. And they go, do you want me to send you a photo? That's how mental he was. That's how mental he was. Right? He wasn't like that normally. Normally, he was my best mate. You know what I'm talking about. Then he ended, his girlfriend killed herself. So he was out of that relationship. You can get an idea of where her mental state was, the fact that she killed herself, right? Then he left the job that he fucking hated. He fucking hated working where he was at. He left it. Then he moved countries. And he's just had the best 5 years of his life. Stopped taking SSRIs. Depression has been invented. There's no depression out here. Cambodians don't have depression. I've taught, no one knows what it is. Every Khmer I've tried to talk to about it, they don't know what it is. And now this has come out. This whole idea that if you're depressed, it's because you've got low serotonin. Yeah, but maybe you've got low serotonin because you're depressed, not the other way around. Much like we were talking about with Jeff Sharla, it's about behavior. It's about choices. If you're in a dysfunctional relationship, if you're in a job you hate, if you're not satisfied with life, if you're struggling with life, you're not going to be happy. And suddenly that's now a mental illness. That's a mental illness. Oh, it's nothing to do with you. No, there's no responsibility on you. You hate your job, you hate your life, you hate your missus, you hate your kids, whatever. It ain't going very well. So you're a miserable, grumpy, depressed person. It's not a mental illness. Your mind can't get ill. But when they give you selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, Prozac, etc., flood your brain with serotonin, it stops your brain from reuptaking serotonin. So rather than the serotonin going round and round, it just sits there bathing you. And so then you're all like, oh, no, I feel great. Feel great. I mean, you're numb and you're dumb. And when you're numb to pain, you're numb to joy. And so then you're treated. You're not the same person you were before, because now you've got a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor kind of personality, which I spotted when Prozac Nation come out. I saw it happening. The amount of people that were suddenly depressed, the amount of people that were suddenly taking Prozac, they were all the same person because they were Prozac heads. Like junkies all act very similar. Like stoners all act very similar. Like crackheads all act similar. Not the same, but similar. Well, so do Prozac heads. And it isn't anything to do with that. It's to do with choices. It's to do with behavior. Now, does that mean you don't need help? No, it means you need help. You need someone to tell you. You need someone to say, right, so you're depressed. You're not happy. Let's start looking at what we can change in your life. Do you like your job? No, I fucking hate it. Okay, how does that affect you? Well, every night I go to bed, I just feel like shit because I know I've got to go to work tomorrow. Okay, so you go to bed feeling like shit. What happens when you wake up? Well, I just wake up and just go, because I know I've got to go and do that shitty job. Okay, so that's not very healthy. How's your love life? Well, we don't have sex because I'm just not happy. So you're not having sex. You wake up feeling like shit. You go to bed feeling like shit. You're not having sex. Barely talk to your missus, in fact. Okay, what about things that you... What about outside of work and family? Well, I don't do anything outside of work and family. Okay, so maybe you want to think about doing some things. So that's where the treatment needs to be, but that ain't what we get. This is why 1/5 of the UK are on medication, because no one makes any money out of that. The therapist might, but you only need that for about 3 weeks, 3 sessions. Only takes a couple of hours to tell someone to make some better decisions in life. But giving people SSRIs, I will put you on these for 2 or 3 years. Well, they're not free. Just because they're free to use, someone's paying for them. The fucking taxpayer's paying for them. And Big Pharma gets richer and richer. And now this has come out. This article, this essay is gonna cause so many problems. And the old DSM will be rewriting it because they'll be looking at their bottom line. Fucking shocking. Right, we'll drop that one down. What have we got here? No, I'm running out of time, so I'm dropping out some of these videos. We will. Hang on. No, I'm going to drop that out. So we should just have. Okay, I'll leave that till after. We'll play that. I will get Cold Hard Steel wrapped up. Right, so it's been over 3 hours, people. So we're going to have a couple more. I'm going to shield something for Lumi. And then I'm going to play a song for Anglo and for everyone. Oh, right. Okay, here we go. So a little bit more from the United Spot because he gets it right every time. Here you go. Boom, boom, boom. Let me know you can hear it. You should be able to, though. I should have learned it by now.
Hey, everybody. Well, I guess y'all heard. Yep, I got it. Yeah, old double over here got the thing. And you know what that means? It means it's working, all right? It's doing its job. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. I mean, if you want the truth, I'd be kind of worried if I didn't get it. And I'm not wearing a mask right now because masks work. Same with cancer. I mean, but let's be real. If you haven't gotten it yet, you're nothing but an ultra-mega Constitution-loving racist. True story. All right, here's the deal. The double-double is just as smart and just as talented as cyanide. Listen here, I built my career on the windshield wipers of the butthole campers on a planet with life jackets for lobsters. Repeat line. And don't worry about me, all right? I'm fine. In fact, I'm getting a lot of work done. I'm doing even more work than I was before. It's just business as usual.
His tattoo of W, amazing.
Over here.
Sorry, Trump.
Hell, I just installed an elevator in my car. Listen here, Jack. I know pretty much all my fans are in the ground right now rolling around worrying about me. But I got a message for all of you. Keep the faith. Everything's going to be okay.
Alan.
And make sure to get the double-double, because it works. So what have we learned today? Huh? We learned that the double-double works. And if you ain't got the double-double, then you ain't...
I'm really concerned about this sudden new COVID situation. Right. So this is an advert for the Biz Archives. This is something that Lumi's got something to do with. So have a look at this. It's quite nice. It's quite cool production values. Goes on a bit, to be honest with you, but well, it's only a couple of minutes. I think we can give Lumi that. Take care, Alan. I've just thought I could get yeeted for the fucking music. That was a bad move, Lumi. Yeah. So look, there you go. It's all very nice, and then we get to about here. I'd play it all, but I've just realised that's copywritten music, and I'll get it done. I've got to take it back before that so you can see what it is. This is it. The Chronicles of Heraldria, Sacred Times Part 1. Yeah, that ain't Enya, but using copyrighted music doesn't help people advertise it. But there you go. That's new from Lumi. I'll put the link in the chat if you're interested. He's a cracking writer if you like fantasy and that kind of stuff. It's not Vart. It's not kids fantasy. It's quite it's good to see he's a great writer. Alan, take care, mate, if you're off ski. Nice one, RP. Cheer me right up, Chris. Have my weights in the front room. Just done 30 bar lifts. Good lad. I bought a couple of dumbbells yesterday. I was getting bored of my my standard bar. Changed everything. Nice to be able to mix it up. Good work, mate. Keep on them. You've only got to do 40 minutes every other day. That's all I'm doing anyway, and I'm loving it. Nice one, RP. RP. Right. So that's Lumi's advert. Bosh, bosh, bosh. 3.25 hours. It's now 2:25. I'm going to spend this weekend working on my novel. I was going to do some tonight, but I'm fucking shattered now. That was a quick little one. I want to thank everyone. He hasn't. I don't think he has. Hello, Zeitgeist Bide. I didn't know you were here, mate. Have you just got here? Oh, Alan's still here. Take care, Alan. Have a good weekend. When people say, have you done an audio book? Because people are asking me, well, I haven't actually finished the written book. But it's a lot of work, Zeitgeist. It's, you know, you're sitting in a studio, you've got to read it, it's loads of takes, and it costs a fortune as well to get a proper studio where it, you know, because when people are listening to an audio book, if there's any hissing or if it's too bassy or there's too much, it needs a producer, it needs a recorder, it needs a mixer, and you've got to do it right. It takes you about 3 or 4 days to actually record one novel. So look, I don't think Lumi's done an audio book, but I'll tell you what, I'd be surprised if he did as well. I'm expecting to do one. There you go, look. I assure you, it's people ask me if I'll do one, but if I'd done one, I'd want to read it. But here's the problem. If I read it, I'll just start improvising. I know I will. And then you're not going to get an audio book. You're going to get a fucking stream. Because you know what I'm like. I start just talking about all other sorts of stuff. Nice one, Alan. Are you working this weekend, mate? Or you got some time off? Appreciate it, mate. Thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks to my boy Stephen and to the boy Cray for looking after the place. And thank you to all of you for chatting, joining in, laughing, letting me know you're enjoying it. Because if I don't know that, I don't enjoy it. I've had an absolute ball. I don't have a lot of time to do these clip streams because, as you can see, nearly 3.5 hours to do it. Took me 2.5 hours to set all the streams up. That's a lot of time after a day's work. So that's why we don't have too many of these. But nice one, Ludwig. A Prasha Tutu. Here's to not shilling for gambling apps for the kiddies. No, I ain't going to do it. I won't do it. Good stream, Chris and Scrub. Thank you, Ludwig. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I just how can I do this? How can I talk about the stuff I talk about and then spend 5 minutes per stream going, yeah, you can gamble on things. and fuck your life up. I tell you what, you all know I've been to 20 odd rehabs. You think you can spend a lot of money on crack. I've met gamblers who lost their house in an afternoon. Literally, they gambled away their house in a matter of hours. First the motor went, then all the savings went, and then it was, I can win it back, I can win it back. But at that stage, it ain't even about winning. It's just about distraction, like most addictions are. It's behavioral, just distracting yourself from the real conditions of your life. And when you wake up and think, oh, hang on a minute, I've now got to tell my family they've got to move out. Oh, that's all right. We've got 200 grand in the bank. Oh, no, that's also gone. Do you remember when Paul Merson, Do you remember when Paul Merson turned up on the telly and was going, I've just got to say, I've got terrible drinking problems and I've gambled all my money away. Me and the family are going to France. Bye. Sorry. I read his book. I think it's called something Rock Bottom. I read Tony Adams' book and Paul Merson's in the same rehab. Fucking hell. I remember when Arsenal were just pissed. You know, when they were brilliant. Nice one, Anglo. You've been very generous today. Absolute top drawer stream, Sunbeam. I'll give it 14 out of 14 heights of that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, I mean, I love these streams, but that's been like nearly 6 hours. I'm shattered. I've been working all week, and I want to work all weekend on a novel. I will be streaming over the weekend, but there'll be chill streams, which are also good, I hope. We still get people there. Thank you, Willow. That's much appreciated. Here is Bally G, no longer depressed, no longer on medication, bless him, with cold hard steel, and I dedicate this to my man Anglo. Thank you all, Scrubs. Bless you all. It is the weekend. Make it count. This is your life. You only get one. The clock's ticking. It ain't going to come to you. Go and find it. Make it happen. Because if you do that, one life's enough. What a beautiful way of understanding things. Death ain't a problem. Life is a solution. Ta-ta! I do apologise, Alan. Alan, I'll take it back, mate. I'll take it back. But Lumi, bless him, has dropped an entropy in and he said, cheers, Chris. Here's my first royalty check. I'll come on and chat about it after you've read it. And scrub love to John Francis, who's in hospital. I was told earlier that he wasn't here and he wasn't doing too well. I didn't know he was in hospital. Yeah, no problem. When I've read it, yeah? that shouldn't be a problem. Thanks, Lumi. Good luck with it, mate. I'll put the link. I think I already put the link in the chat, but chuck it in the lifeboat or something just in case they haven't. No problems, no cat Popeye. I'm off ski. Let's play the music again. Play that funky music, white boy. And start. Cheers, Andy! But you realize you've been sold when you feel the enemy's cold hard steel. Feel the dawn of your final day. Cheers, Picard! Feel the fear and go anyway. Get a ride in that big black plane. Kill the conscience along your brain. But you'll realize you've been sold when you feel the enemy's cold hard steel. Cause the wheels already been rolled when you feel the enemy's cold hard steel. If you're watching, John, get well soon, mate. Hello, James. Do whatever they tell me to.
tell yourself it ain't really you. But when the slaughtering has begun, you'll be murdering someone's son. And you'll realize you've been sold when you feel the enemy's cold heart steel. Cause the wheels already been rolled when you feel the enemy's cold heart steel. Oh Lord, yes, you'll realize you've been sold when you feel the enemy's cold heart steel. Oh Lord, cause the wheels already been rolled when you feel the enemy's cold heart steel. Oh Lord, hey.
He's the absolute nuts, isn't he, Mumford? He really is. What a great lad. And yeah, true story. He was fucked, changed his life, and he said he's had the best 5 years of his life out in Thailand. He wasn't living a life. He made decisions and choices that didn't didn't give him what he needed. We all have needs. Now, for him at the moment, it's ladyboys, but I'm so fucking tired. Good Lord. I won't be doing any of my novel tonight, that's for sure. But this weekend, go on, piss off down your own end, or I'll give you a clip round the ear, you cheeky buggers. Hoita!